This video was sponsored by Oil Labs, the best fragrance known to mankind. There's one thing that a man needs and one thing that a man should have. Number one is God, and number two, Oil Labs. Now, this fragrance is engraven in your skin and in your clothes, more potent, more stronger. The best fragrance known to mankind, which is Oil Labs. Aren't you tired of buying fragrances and as soon as you spray them on and step outside, they are lost in the wind? Contact us on Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp.
And we're rolling. Boom.
She has more guts than your organs. Her skills, so good, will leave you frozen. She's beautiful, but don't let that trick you. She is as deadly as poison. And she is my first female guest, the Morgan. Boom. Greetings. Welcome to the I Have a Dream podcast. I am your host, the Top P. I'm here with my co-host, Daniel Gomez, and my very first female guest, the Morgan. How you doing, Morgan?
Good, how are you?
How do you pronounce your last name?
Fontaine.
Fontaine. Morgan Fontaine. So, today it's going to be a very special day, so don't you say, Danny?
Yeah, for sure.
For
Absolutely.
sure. Oh,
How'd you like that intro?
That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just good?
No, it impressed. I was impressed. I was impressed.
Okay.
I'm serious. I was not expecting that.
I didn't.
That was good.
Thank you.
My
Thank
best
you.
intro.
Best intro ever?
Only intro.
Okay, so.
Pops, you're not going to address the fact, season 2, episode 1.
Oh, yes. That's why we have a co-host, don't we?
I mean, just touching on that, I think it's going to be a lot of new guests.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to talk about soccer as much as we did in the past.
Right.
It's definitely still going to be involved, but because a lot of our guests still do play soccer all the time.
Yeah, so now it's season 2, episode 1. Our very first, we went big for you guys. Our very first female guest, the Morgan. Yes, the Morgan. A female, beautiful female. Close up right there. Right? The Morgan. She's here, and she's going to tell us all about herself, right?
Yeah,
And
just start with the basic. Though. What's the
number one question?
question you ask everybody?
Number one question for you, the Morgan. What was your dream growing up as a kid?
Oh, easy. I wanted to play professional soccer.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Isn't that what I feel like that's
Yep.
what everyone that comes on here
There was only one person that came on and didn't say that. I think that was Kadua.
Yeah.
Really?
Right?
What did
Yeah.
he say?
Lawyer, I think. I don't know.
He said he wanted
Lawyer.
to be.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to be rich.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, he said he didn't care how he get there, just want to be rich. So now let me ask you, how did you grow to like soccer? How did it all start?
That's a good question. I think I started playing when I was 8.
Mm-hmm.
So super young.
Right.
I think I joined like I grew up in Cheshire. So I joined my town team because my friends were on it. And I lived like 2 minutes down the road from the field. So I was like, oh, this is something that I'd want to do. I was super nervous about it. But once I started playing, I really like fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Like I loved soccer as a kid. Like really, really enjoyed playing. But I played from the time I was like 8 to 13. And then I was taken out of it and then I stopped playing.
Really? What?
Yeah.
How comes?
Just there was a lot of stuff going on like with my family and things like that, and I just didn't get to keep playing. My sister played, my brother played as well. They didn't love it as much as I did.
Right.
But there was a lot of stuff going on and I just couldn't continue it. I was super devastated though.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I loved soccer. So I didn't get to pick it up again until I was like 23, 22.
Oh, wow, that's a long time.
Like I would play pickup with my friends.
Yeah,
Kind
yeah.
of like how we do at Vale.
Yeah, yeah.
Things like that. But I played pickup with my guy friends in high school. Because I was dating like the Oakwood's son, the owner of Oakwood, Dave Farrell's son at the time.
Really?
So we would always go there, and that's how we played.
Wow.
But yeah,
Cool.
I didn't play any organized soccer.
So growing up, was soccer your only sport, or did you get involved
Soccer
in
was technically my only organized sport.
organized sport?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is sick. And is it okay if we touch a little bit into what caused that, or
Yeah, that's fine.
So,
Yeah.
what was that family issue?
Well, I don't know. It was like a lot of financial stuff, I think. That's like what I was told. I would say financial and just like miscommunication, things like that. My parents were divorced. So that was really hard.
Okay, and what did you do? What did you substitute for soccer in that time?
Nothing.
No.
Yeah, nothing.
Really?
Literally nothing. Yeah. Yeah, because I stopped playing in 7th grade. 7th grade was my last, so I played in middle school.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that was my last year of playing. And then I didn't substitute it with anything. But you could kind of tell, like, my grades went down really bad.
Yeah.
Because I had, like, nothing to really, like, soccer was really my escape from, like, my family, like, the divorce
Everything,
and things
yeah.
like that. Like, having to go back and forth between my mom's house and my dad's house, things like that.
And that must have been horrible.
Yeah, it was. It was a really rough time. So, and then I ended up tearing my ACL playing, like, outdoor co-ed when I was 16. And then, like, kind of gave it up playing the pickup stuff until I started working at Vail.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started, like, that's, I think, when we were playing futsal.
Futsal. Yes. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, because they didn't have the grass
No,
down,
they didn't
or the
have the
turf down.
Yeah, it was the courts.
So
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
playing, yeah, that was when I first started playing again,
Wow.
which is kind of crazy now that I think about it. That was only, like, 3 years ago.
I know. Like
Yeah.
literally during COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in that time when you stopped playing soccer, you said stopped playing for what, like 10 years, almost.
Yeah, organized.
Was that still your dream to become a professional soccer player in that time frame, or did everything shift?
Yeah, I was. Well, that's a good question. I don't know. I was so devastated because I just didn't have, like, soccer was my outlet where I could kind of just be myself and, like, do whatever I wanted, be whoever I wanted. I really loved my soccer coach at the time. I actually still talk to him, like, to this day, which is
really? That's cool.
so cool.
Yeah.
But so I didn't have that anymore, and I never really thought of, like, playing professionally anymore. It was just something that I really loved doing, and I just wanted to play soccer forever. Is why I wanted to play professionally. It's like, I don't want to do anything else. Like, I just want to play forever. Like, I didn't really think of, oh, what else could I do, or could I keep doing this? It was kind of just like, oh, I'm not playing anymore, and that's kind of it. Until I started coaching at Vail, and that's where I was like, oh, wait, I actually love soccer.
So going back to your younger days too. So you said you had siblings. Are they older, younger?
My brother is younger. He's, I want to say 20. And then my sister is 20. She's a couple years, maybe 2 years younger than me. I'm 26.
So you're the oldest.
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
Okay. So they didn't help you, like, through that time period? Did they saw you, like, a little sad, anything like that?
No, my family was not close. My
Okay.
siblings and I were not close. My brother and I were close, but no, my sister and I are not close.
And what town did you say you grew up in?
Cheshire.
Cheshire, Connecticut?
Yeah, I grew up in Cheshire, and then my sophomore year of high school,
Yeah, I'm a good
I
listener.
moved.
Huh?
I moved
Oh,
to
sorry.
Glastonbury. I moved to Glastonbury, which was also really challenging.
Those are two towns I don't like.
You don't like
Fair.
Cheshire,
You don't
Danny?
like Cheshire?
No.
Why?
They
What
beat me in
happened?
states.
What happened,
Fair.
Danny?
My
Let us
junior-
know what happened.
What?
What happened?
They beat us in states. In junior, if George was here, he would be talking about it too. I remember it vividly. Cheshire beat us. We were like favorites to win it all my junior year, and they beat us.
It's devastating.
Yeah, it was terrible.
That sucks.
Glastonbury is not really liked too for
Yeah,
soccer.
Glastonbury is
that's
a big
fair.
soccer town. Yeah.
At first, when I told her my age, I was like, "Oh, I'm 25." She's like, "Oh my God, I'm older than you."
Yeah, I
Couldn't
didn't.
believe it.
Why, he looks like a 30-year-old man.
No, I wasn't saying that. I don't know. I just wasn't
You
expecting.
can say it.
I don't think you look
It
like a
won't hurt my
30-year-old man.
You won't
I
hurt me.
don't. I
You
don't.
can say it. Okay, so, but that is so bizarre. For you started at age 8. You said it's early. That's a little bit late, right? You stopped.
Yeah, to
playing.
be fair, that is kind of late.
That
I feel
is
like that's late now.
Right, but back
Like
then,
back in the day,
yeah,
8. I don't know. Maybe it was. Like, all my friends had already been playing.
right.
I guess.
Right.
So
how did you like? Cause you had to be behind, right? Everybody else had more skill set than you when you were playing. No, really.
no, I had like a good natural, like, talent as a kid.
Oh, in the genes,
And like
huh?
did really well. But I also really liked competing, and that was kind of like my outlet. I kind of got to take, because I was like a pretty angry kid, not like, but like with just stuff going on, so I could kind of take that anger out on the field and like compete against others.
Yeah.
And it's so funny to think about 8 or 10-year-old Morgan, because I would go on the field and be like, I'm gonna embarrass her
Really.
today. Like everyone I went up against, I'm like, she's not gonna run faster than me. Like I'm gonna embarrass her.
What was the worst thing you do in your anger?
Oh, I would just like score a goal.
That's the worst thing
Or-
you've done.
Yeah, I've never even gotten a yellow card.
I was just about to ask. You never got a red
Never,
card?
not even in college. I still haven't gotten a yellow card.
That's hard
Like,
to
kind of
believe.
want. I'm like, how do I get one of these?
Yeah.
No, but I was never like a dirty player or anything like that. I wasn't physical. I would just take my anger and just be like, well, I'm gonna beat you. Whether it's I'm gonna run faster than you, I'm gonna be stronger than you, I'm gonna win the header. Like I was a super brave kid, and I would do things like go in for tackles that like other kids wouldn't.
Oh.
So it didn't necessarily matter. Like maybe some things I was technically behind, but then again, I wouldn't say I was at that time. I did really well as a kid.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Dan, what's the worst thing have you done?
Me?
I need have broken a kid's hand before.
Who? Oh.
A hand? Oh.
Yeah, but that was by
Oh.
accident. I just pushed them on the ground.
Yeah,
I literally
right.
pushed through them all. Like, you know who I'm talking about too.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
happened this fall. I didn't like actually mean to
recent?
do it. Yeah, it was recent. I didn't mean to do it.
Wow.
I'm trying to think of something like I actually meant to do. A slide tackle maybe, but like I don't know. I'm not that dirty of a player either.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm very dirty.
I get fouled like hard,
I used to get fouled like crazy
especially
too.
when I started college.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was interesting.
I'm a dirty guy. I'm running right behind
No
you.
shame.
Boom.
At least
Alright.
you know it. At least you know it.
I do, yeah, and I'm proud. My mom.
We have our strengths.
Yeah.
I know Morgan pretty well. So before you got back into soccer, right? Didn't you take like a different route doing the strength and conditioning stuff? Because that's when I kind of started. That's when I met you through Vail when you were. So what were you doing then? Because like you said, you took a 10-year break from soccer.
Mm-hmm.
So, but when I met you, you were like already a strength and conditioning
So
coach.
I was a personal trainer.
Personal
I was
trainer.
working at like a big box gym. It was not working out at all. I wasn't working with athletes or anything like that. It was just general pop. And I wanted to get into working with athletes, and that's when I started with the gym inside of Vail.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I first started training soccer players. So that's how I started there. I had no thought of coaching soccer. Like, it was completely a coincidence that the gym was inside of a soccer facility. And then that's when Zach, a couple months went by, and they're like, oh, we would love a female coach. And in my head, I was like, there's no way I could coach soccer. Like, does this guy understand that I haven't played organized? Like, I spent time playing by myself and just playing with my brother or juggling and forcing my dad to go to the soccer field and things like that. So I still got touches on the ball just because I legitimately just really love doing that. But the organization of it, I was like, there's no way. I have to coach tactics. Like, when I started with Jeremy coaching there, it was like, I was like, I don't even know what to do. And I think I became a worse player when I first started coaching because instead of being in the flow and just doing the actions, I had to think about what the actions were and explain them and break them down to the youth players in a way to where they could learn it.
Right.
And some things, like, why would you pass? Why would you want to break the lines instead of passing it, like, laterally? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't think, oh, this is a better pass, so I need to pass it that way because you break more lines or whatever. I would just do it because, like, in that moment, it was right.
Yeah.
I didn't have an explanation for it, and then I had to learn why those were the decisions that you should be making. And it kind of screwed me up. I started thinking on the field, and I couldn't get into a flow state for a while, which is really frustrating.
Yeah.
And then I obviously, like, worked out of that, and I think it benefited me because now I can use both of those things as, like, a coach and player, which is kind of cool now.
Yeah. So before getting to the coaching with for soccer, did you go to school? So after high school, did you go to school, or what did you do?
I technically did for 3 days.
3 days.
I went to Manchester Community College
Nice.
right out of high school.
No way.
Because at the time I wanted to be a physical therapist,
Okay.
but I was like, that's a lot of school. I have to pay for my schooling, and I'm not sure this is what I want to do. And also at that time, I would say I was like depressed and things like that. Like, still literally from not playing soccer, it just developed over the years and kind of stayed with me because I wasn't doing something that I enjoyed, I think. Like, my grades were horrible in high school. Like, my GPA was horrible. And I was like, I don't think I can really do school. And I was working for my stepdad at the time in the summer, making decent money, working 40 plus hours a week, getting overtime and things like that, installing in-ground pools as a manual laborer.
Really?
So
That's interesting.
So very interesting.
Before you go any further, Pops, do you have anything to say about that?
About she doing, I need a pool right here in the living room.
I don't do that anymore. Like, manual labor is not for me. I was like, I cannot do that forever.
It must have been hard, especially because,
Yeah.
you're...
Yeah.
'Cause of
Well,
what?
it was because of what?
That's what I'm trying to ask you.
So what-
All right,
that's why
so
it has
I
been
want your
hard.
opinion on that.
I don't think she should be doing this.
Why not? Why not?
Me neither, dude. I don't want to
You
be doing
see?
that.
She don't want to be.
How long did you do it for?
3 years, 4 years.
Oh, that's a long time.
I was
That's
committed. I
too
was
long.
good.
Yeah,
I,
see?
my,
She's
I was
a competitor.
good.
She probably did a better job than some of the guys there.
I did.
Exactly. See?
That's why I had some of the jobs that they didn't have.
Well, then again, you're the daughter of the stepfather. The owner
Oh,
of the business.
don't you dare.
Yeah.
No, that's funny. Trust me, I was like, this is not for me. I don't
See?
know why. Even just like being in that environment as the only woman, I was like, this is not it for me.
Right. See,
Yeah.
you see that? Now, when I
But
see
I can see why other women would want. I can't.
you can,
No,
right?
no, I could see. It just wasn't for me specifically as a woman.
Right.
Not because I'm a woman, because it wasn't for me.
Because you're a woman. No,
We're gonna
no,
touch.
no,
We're
when
gonna
I-
touch on this later, probably a lot.
We'll come back around
Yeah, right?
to this.
Let's come back around.
No, it's okay.
Keep on going. Sorry.
No, you're fine. So I did that, and I realized I would have to quit that job
Mhm.
to go to school, and I was like, this doesn't really fit what I want, and I'm not really sure this is what I want to do. It didn't feel right, and then I was like, I'm making good money as a 17, 18-year-old,
Yeah.
so I stayed with that, and I did that for a couple years. Was an artist for a little bit too. Super random. Got to be in like a New York City gallery in Manhattan, which is really sick
Oh,
and
yeah.
random.
Yeah.
And I did that for like a year-ish.
Mhm.
Also wasn't for me. I was like, this isn't it. And then, so when that ended, I was like, maybe I'll get into personal training because my mom was a personal trainer.
Mhm.
And that's how I got into that. And then fast forward a little bit, maybe a year and a half of training, and that's when I found Vail and Core 4 there.
Did you like just stumble upon Vail, or?
I think I had my massage therapist at the time knew Kevin from Core 4,
Okay.
the owner.
Yeah.
And I think he like recommended him or something, or I saw something. I followed them on Instagram, I think, and then I saw that they were hiring, so I just reached out to them, and then Zach got back to me, and we met.
What are your thoughts on Zach? You think he's a good boss? He's gonna see this episode too.
I know he's gonna see this episode. No, I really like Zach. I liked working for him. I liked coaching under him.
Yeah.
Maybe I coached under him a little too long. 2 years? No.
You were his assistant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
I think for 2 years. Yeah.
It's a long
But
time.
Zach has a lot of unique ideas, and I really appreciated his
Yeah.
uniqueness, I think, or his abstract ideas and the way he thinks,
Right. And
and his energy in general.
you hear that, Zach? I was just about to say
Call him
Jack.
Jack.
You hear that, Zach? She loves working under you. You should rehire her. What?
I said like, I think. Did I say love or did I say like?
I think you said like.
Yeah, love is a strong word.
It is.
No, I'm just kidding.
It is.
No,
But
Zach
I mean-
and I we had a good relationship.
That's very good.
Yeah, I mean, most people that I've talked to that worked at Vail always had a good
Yeah, I love Zach.
experience
I
there.
would kill for Zach.
I'm trying to remember how I even stumbled upon Vail. I don't know. I honestly don't remember.
If you guys are watching and you don't know what Vail is in Middlebrook. It's
Middletown.
Middletown. Why am I saying Middlebrook?
It's my street address.
Oh, that's where you. Okay, so Vail is in Middletown, and it's the soccer academy, one of the best around Middletown area. So go check it out if you have a kid there. Male, female, doesn't matter. Even your dog, you can bring there.
Dogs are welcome. Dogs are welcome.
Dogs are welcome. Cat, anything, and it's owned by our friend Zach Edinher.
So when you started working at Core 4, what was the clientele like in the beginning?
The clientele was kind of mixed
Yeah.
in general for the gym, but specifically for me, I was doing the Gen Pop, like the adult group classes, and then I started with Vail coaching, and I was coaching the 07 girls. This was a couple years ago, and I started getting them as clients. So they were like 98% of my clientele was female soccer players,
Female soccer.
which I really enjoyed. Yeah,
Have you ever come across any professional soccer players?
that I've trained.
Mm-hmm.
No, however, I did start an internship. I think we were talking about it before in Stanford.
Yeah.
And I get to train professional baseball players,
That's sick.
which is really sick.
Yo, you gotta get some of those
This is
baseball
why
players on the podcast.
this is why I drive an hour and a half to Stanford.
Thing is, if you got
It's
baseball
really
players
cool.
on the podcast, I would not know what to talk about.
I don't know what
like
to talk
baseball.
about either. You don't watch baseball, Danny? You don't watch the Grand Slam? I don't know if
thing.
that is in baseball.
It's a home run, I think. But no, honestly, I don't really watch baseball.
No, it's really cool. So now I only train baseball players.
But you don't even know anything about baseball. Do you know anything about baseball?
But,
No?
Not like the game of baseball. Like, I'm learning things, but
Right.
like the strength and conditioning. And
Yeah, so
I
you're-
find baseball really fascinating, though, because, like, it's an insane sport. Like, hitting a baseball going 97 miles an hour is insane.
It is insane.
It's insane.
I could start a whole argument.
Why?
I think baseball is probably the easiest professional sport. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Here
Between
we
baseball, soccer, football,
Here we
and
go.
like hockey.
Don't
and golf.
trigger Morgan, Danny.
I'm serious.
I gotta
though.
go.
Don't
I gotta
trigger
go.
Morgan.
I'm serious though. If like I had to become a professional athlete in some sport, I'd probably pick baseball. Cause
Baseball
probably
is the last sport I'd want to play, dude. Do you know how insanely hard it is to hit a baseball?
yes, batting, but I could just play outfield and I would just catch the ball.
Or like
once in the
being a
air.
pitcher, but I'd want
That's
if I
right,
played
Danny.
baseball.
Pitcher, I agree. Pitcher's
listen,
definitely very
if I
hard.
played baseball,
Mm-hmm.
what position do you think I'd want to play? This is easy. I play forward, so what do you think would be like?
I don't know. I don't really
Pitcher.
know.
Pitcher.
Baseball.
Yeah, and that's insanely difficult.
I agree with that.
Let's see,
Like,
let's see
Definitely
those
probably-
muscles. Let's
Like,
see those
I-
muscles that you
I
got. Let
don't
me see
have
if,
any.
you, see if you can be a pitcher.
No, I think like the art. I think pitching is like an art, and hitting is an art. think
I
it's
could see
crazy.
pitching. Hitting, I don't know. I just
It's crazy what goes into it, and I get to see
Right.
like how much goes into the different pitches and like hitting and how technical it is, which
Right.
I never appreciate. I hated baseball.
I still can't watch it.
I could never watch it. Now I love like I just think the sport is so cool. Like I don't follow teams and things like that and
Yeah.
players
Right.
specifically, but I think baseball is so cool.
My team is the Red Sox.
Where are they from?
I have no idea. I'm just saying Red Sox because I know that they're a team in baseball. I know that you're a Red
It's like
Sox.
the biggest MLB team in the world.
Where are the Yankees from?
New York.
There we go.
Let's go, Pops. Thank you. Yeah, man, that's almost there. But yeah, what about cricket? You like cricket?
Cricket, I've never seen.
I've played cricket before. I was a good batsman.
Cricket's kind of like baseball, right?
Yeah, but
Kind of.
It's better. It's better to me.
We all have our opinions, and we're all entitled to them. Doesn't mean you're correct. No,
That's facts right
it's
here.
okay.
Anyways,
Sorry, I had a question. So when you were coaching at Bale, you said you were doing girls. Did you ever get to coach the boys team?
Not as my own team. I strictly stayed with girls, and I think that was because like I'm a female coach, so they wanted females to have like a female role model.
But do you think you could coach a boys team? Do you think females should
Oh.
be able to coach boys team?
1,000%, dude, and I will die on this freaking hill. We might get into a fist fight today.
Tops probably.
We will get into a fist
'Cause
fight.
this is a
Listen,
great question.
Listen, I always said to myself, I could never coach a boys team. I could never
Mm-hmm.
train guys. I always said that. And then actually, right before I stopped coaching at Vale because I ended up going to school.
Yeah.
We were at a tournament. It was just like a local tournament. I think like Cromwell or something like that, where they do that. I think like the Mother's Day or Father's Day tournament or whatever. I got to sit on the sidelines with I think it was Coach AJ,
Yeah.
and I helped out a little bit, and I loved coaching the boys.
Yeah.
They're the personalities are so different. How you coach them is so different, and
That's
it's
really my
funny
next
because
question.
Zach always said he would say I think you do really well with the boys.
because
But what age group is this?
Huh?
What age group?
What age group?
Yeah. The
What-
boys.
What age group was
The
the
boys.
boys? They were young.
Like
They were
U9, U10?
probably.
And
What do you think if you had teenagers, or like you 15, you 16? Do you think it would have been different?
So that's primarily who I coach right now,
Okay.
or who I train
Okay.
for like baseball.
Mhm.
And I could definitely do that. Some of my best kids or my best like relationships or like coaching relationships have been with kids like that age. Like they listen, they can be a handful, but so can girls. Like girls are really challenging at that age as well. Just very unique challenges, and like their behaviors and things like that. Like there's a lot of different struggles and like different ways you coach. The
who would you
genders.
rather to coach though?
Who would I rather coach?
Yes.
Male or female?
Mm-hmm.
That's a really hard question. Because I love coaching girls and I love being a role model and like really fostering that, like, I don't know, I really like fostering that
Yeah.
dynamic and that like role model type dynamic. But I also really like training boys because they don't. I'm trying to think what the
Because we
word-
rock.
Because they're men.
We
I don't know if I can go that far. But like you can say something to them and like they're so much more I don't want to speak like.
Say it.
They're so
Say it,
in
Morgan.
general. I'm not saying every
They're
boy.
not
Yeah.
emotional.
They're very confident in
Yes.
themselves, and they won't like. I can come off with my tone sometimes as like bitchy,
Yeah.
and it's just me like commanding
Yeah.
what I need from you,
Yeah.
and I don't.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like a boy doesn't usually take that as did I just do something wrong? Like they kind of get over it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Where with a girl, I have to think a little bit more about my tone,
Yep.
or should I have said it this way instead of that way? It's just different skill sets that you have to use.
She explained it pretty well. I've just been saying girls are just softer, men are just
Yeah.
manlier. Like,
No, we do
She's-
not support
she's-
that kind of language. Okay,
She's trying
we
to.
do not
She's
support
like
that
I
language.
personally like I coach boys right now, right? And grown men, but I would never want to coach a female team. I just wouldn't be
Bro,
able to do it. I
trust
would
me.
I would like filter
Well,
myself with everything I say.
You
like,
need to be more emotionally intelligent and like.
yeah, and that's just too
Not that
much.
I'm saying you're not.
That's just
emotionally
too much,
intelligent.
though. Like,
I'm
when
not-
what does that
I'm
mean?
not-
Emotionally
I'm not-
intelligent. I heard females say this all the time. What does that mean? Emotionally intelligent.
Like you played with the Jamaicans before at pickup. You
Yeah.
really think you could act like that around a female team? No, you can't.
Who, me?
Absolutely not.
Because the Jamaican
dude.
dudes
They're
are
gonna be like,
way
"What
too
the
aggressive.
heck?"
Yeah, they're way too aggressive. You
Yeah.
can't do that.
Bon,
I can
That-
barely handle it. Like, I
Yo.
barely survive.
But back to Michael. What is emotional intelligence? I don't know. What is that?
I think you can like break it down. I don't know the exact definition. Like, what's the
Yeah.
dictionary definition
Yeah,
of
yeah.
emotional intelligence?
What would,
I
in
guess
your
you could
words,
say, like,
your opinion, what would it be?
I would say being able to like recognize your own emotions and those in others, and like how you can not manipulate, but like you know what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah.
things you do or say can contribute to someone feeling a certain
You're not
way.
triggering someone,
But also
basically.
just being aware and like being able to hold space for someone who's like upset and like understanding or trying to understand why they're upset or why you said something and they didn't like understand it or
Right.
why they're getting frustrated. It's not like, oh, you're being a baby and you need to get over it. It's like, okay, why are you feeling this way? How do we get you to not feel that way? And like, how do we move forward from it?
That is hard. Because
It's really, really challenging.
I coach boys and girls. Whenever I have a boy and he falls on the
That's
ground,
all you
I'm
gotta-
like, yo, get up.
Yeah.
Get up, go cry later. But whenever the girl falls on the ground, I'm like, oh my god, you're okay? You want me to get your mom? Yeah, it's very different.
I
I mean,
agree.
so I don't really change. I don't think I change how I talk to them as much.
Yes, you do.
Not to that extent. Like if they're gonna, no, dude, I'm not gonna baby them.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna baby a girl because she's a girl.
I baby my girls.
And there's also different types of athletes or different types of people, like regardless of gender. Like there's some boys who are really, really sensitive and
Oh, yeah.
very emotional
Yeah.
and take things very personally.
Not in my training.
It's
That's
90%
because you
of
weed
the
them out.
It's 90% of the Jamaican.
Not in my.
Very emotional.
Get out of here.
90%
You're saying that
of-
Jamaican
I was
is.
gonna say I've played with you guys, and y'all are pretty damn way more emotional than I've ever been playing with you guys.
I can agree to that.
I can't
can
see your
agree,
eyes,
too.
but I know
I-
exactly what I feel like.
spend a lot of time with Jamaicans now. Very emotional people.
Yeah.
They are.
Like way more. I've never been that emotional with playing with you guys. I'm like, I don't even need to be emotional. I don't even need the estrogen because you took it all. You took it.
I'm not laughing. But that is true. I remember. I can remember exactly the day.
What?
What?
I'm not gonna say.
What are you talking about?
We were playing with these guys, and we were playing co-ed, and the guys are the only people screaming on the field.
Who was this?
Yeah, at each other.
Yes, we're the only ones screaming. So I can see what she's talking about. Don't you remember?
Or you're freaking yelling at the girls. God forbid I take a shot and I miss.
Yes.
No,
God
that was
forbid.
more like
Hey,
that wasn't really me.
That
That
was
was
emotional as
forbid.
well.
that was like
That is
Skeeta
emotional.
and like
God
Shaq.
forbid.
Yes, it
No,
was.
you are in that as well.
No, or someone's yelling at me, mine, as I remember this very vividly. It was at CFC.
Yes.
One of my friends was playing against me, and she's like, you should have taken that shot like you did. And I was like, thank you. I went to go shoot because I'm literally facing the net.
Yeah.
Like the top of the box. I'm a forward, dude. There's no way in hell I'm not shooting that. There's no way I'm not shooting that. When it's literally coming at me, and this dude over here, I don't even know who it was. I don't even remember his name.
It was with the KO team.
He's
Shaq,
It wasn't Shaq.
no,
She
it
knows
wasn't
Shaq.
him.
She knows Shaq.
I know him.
Okay.
No, and he wouldn't act that way.
I'm trying to think who.
He was running up to it saying mine. He's running from behind me. I'm already at the
it
ball
Leon?
shooting,
Might be
and
Leon.
he's yelling so loud that I lose my focus, and I like botch the shot, and I'm like, you freaking dude. Like, I was pissed.
I think it was Leon because Leon came to a couple games. You don't know Leon, so it might have been Leon.
Oh my god. My blood's boiling right now. No, I remember that, and I was like, dude, I could have scored that if you had a moment of silence,
Yes.
or like not a bug in my ear.
How many goals you score in that co-ed game, by the way? In that co-ed league?
Co-ed? I didn't put in that co-ed league.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know?
We did a couple. I was gonna get to that later because I wanted
Yeah,
to
that
go
was
back.
before I was scoring goals. Like now I'm on a good goal scoring. Like,
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, you go, girl.
Exactly.
Go, queen.
Yes. Go queen.
Oh, yeah. That's
Slay.
what I'm talking about.
Slay.
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 I don't know what that is.
Talking about
Nobody knows what it is.
talking about coaching, right? So, do you think a female could coach a professional team, soccer?
Professional men's team?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, would you allow a female to coach your team, Arsenal?
Would I allow what?
A female,
Would you allow the females to coach Arsenal? The
Your favorite-
men's
your
team,
favorite team.
coaching
That means
soccer.
Arteta's got to go, and I love Arteta.
true.
I think it would take the right
When he retires.
female coach, like any male coach, but
Yeah.
I do. I would allow it.
You don't even know one female coach.
There's a couple.
I don't know. No, I don't keep up with stuff like that.
Okay.
Honestly, like names and things like that. But I do watch more men's soccer.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Okay.
Don't even start smiling.
Well, I'm not even,
But
I
I'm
know
not even saying
something's turning.
anything.
Yeah,
I know
because that's
something's
weird. Like,
turning.
I would think you would watch
Listen.
like the U.S. women's national team.
So I didn't watch the women's national team for a long time because they always won like 11-0, and I was like, this sucks. I watched the Canadian women's national team a lot because I love Jordan, who is a forward, and we play very similarly,
Mhm.
and run very similarly. So I kind of like look up to her. She's also gorgeous, so I love her.
I know what, let me
I
go
love her.
search for her
I
right
love-
now.
I'm obsessed. I love her, dude. But she plays for the Canadian national team. So, and my dad's from Canada, so very Canadian. And then now I watch the U.S. women's national team, and I have specific players that I like watching.
Like
Who's your
who?
favorite?
But some of that, Mallory Swanson.
Swanson. That's the winger.
Pugh. I think it was Mallory Pugh.
You don't know who that is.
No, I do. I do know
Right?
the women's U.S.
It
national
was
team.
Pugh, but she just got married, Swanson,
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
baseball player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pew.
She's definitely my favorite. She's a winger.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's a winger.
And I really like who she plays for. Angel City. Is it Angel City?
Who's that?
I don't know if that's
Angel
Alyssa
City.
Thompson. Alyssa Thompson.
She's the new younger like
Yeah,
generation,
she's like
right?
18
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
She's gonna be so nasty.
Who's the one that's like
So
big time right
nasty.
now? Sophia Smith. I think that's her name. Sophia Smith, the striker. I think
She's also a winger. Yeah.
something like
So, yeah.
that.
See, yeah, her and Mallory Swanson kind of they play really well together. I don't like her as much, but I like players that I can like. I feel like I
Yeah.
play like.
The only reason I know female players pops is because of FIFA and what they did this year combined.
Oh,
that was.
I thought you were well. Then again, you watched She-Hulk, so
No, but that feel like.
say it.
I'm not gonna say because the whole.
Go ahead, say it. I'm gonna clip
And
it.
everyone that watches this podcast, like all the Jamaicans we had, half of the mostly all of them play FIFA. They
Right.
probably say the same thing I say,
Okay.
right? You know what I'm saying.
Right.
FIFA,
I don't play FIFA.
FIFA male and female should not be in the same video game.
Oh my God!
it
You
sh-
heard what he said?
You think there should be a FIFA men and a FIFA women?
I don't even think there should be a FIFA woman. I don't even think there's enough teams.
Dude, what?
Morgan, what do you think about that, huh?
That's what? I literally can't even formulate a thought
Right?
right now.
But it's true. Though. Think
Trigger.
about it.
Why?
Because women national teams, there's not enough. There's just not enough. How many go in the World Cup? Women's teams.
I have no idea.
I think it's like
See,
16.
she don't even know.
I think it's like
Yeah,
16.
but I
right?
don't really watch like.
Or it might be
really,
more than
I don't-
16,
I don't even
'cause-
watch, like I watched the men's World Cup, but
Right.
not like I was watching it because Messi and he's my favorite. But
Mhm.
Really, I'm a Cristiano
Talking about
Ronaldo
Messi.
fan.
Ugh.
I'm a-
Look
You
at-
would be.
Look at it.
You would be.
Oh, the numbers covered up. Number 7.
No, I'm a Messi fan. And like even on the male side, there's players that I specifically like because I like their style of play and I think I play similarly to them or want to emulate some of those things.
Like who?
Trossard.
He's
from
a very good
Arsenal.
player. I like that.
Yo,
Such
Trossard
a
looked like a
reliable
vampire.
man. I freaking
He's very
I'm in love with this
underrated.
guy.
He's
I'm
very
in love with this
He's
guy.
underrated.
He's so underrated, and he shows up in the moments where he needs to, which I really value as a player, and that's like how I see myself as
Yeah.
a player. Like kind of being very consistent and doing the stuff that gets overlooked that you might not be like the oh my god he did this or oh my god he did
Who
that.
starts over him? Gabriel Jesus. Right? He plays striker, I think.
I haven't watched any games like recently. I know he's not a starter.
He's not, which
and
is
honestly,
weird.
He does well as a sub. Like he's a power sub.
He's good, too
It's
good
like
as a
six
sub.
man. It's like a six man.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
him. I'm trying to think.
Every time he
Saka,
comes
I
out,
really
yeah.
love.
Saka.
Yeah,
Every Arsenal fan loves Saka.
like Foden, I love. Like there's other players from other teams that I really like. Like Gio Reyna. I love Gio Reyna, but
I don't even know who that is.
It's like
he's
the
a little
US.
controversial. I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. He actually, I don't even know what team he plays on right now. I think he left Dortmund. I don't know where he is now.
He did.
He might be in the Premier League, honest. I think he's like on loan or
I
something.
think he might be.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So there. Yeah.
now that we covered all of that, no, tell Danny how you started to like Arsenal. Tell him what you told me.
I don't know if you know this story. So this was 3 years ago when I first started working for Vale. You know, Gage and I were
Yeah.
like started dating. We were watching. I think it was. He had a bunch of friends come over. There was a game on. I wasn't even watching professional soccer at this point at all. I didn't even know Arsenal existed. Literally had no idea. I
Gunners.
did not watch professional soccer. So they're watching the game. It was Chelsea versus Arsenal. And this was the year that Arsenal never, like they were losing. Like they had, I think it was their worst season actually in years. And I said, okay, whoever, because he wanted me to be an Arsenal fan because he's such an Arsenal fan, and his friends were like Chelsea fans. I said, whoever wins this game, I'll be a fan.
Yeah.
Like forever. Like I'm gonna dedicate, which I'm so glad I didn't become a Chelsea fan. And somehow that was like the only game they won for like months. And Arsenal won, so I was like, all right, I'm an Arsenal fan, and I just watched Arsenal like every week.
And you stuck to it.
Yeah, like when I was before I went to school, I was watching games religiously.
Yeah.
I watched so much soccer.
Premier League every Sunday morning.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's all I looked forward to. I'd watch MLS during the week, go to Hartford Athletic and watch Hartford Athletic.
Ooh.
Like
You enjoy that? You can sit through a Hartford Athletic game and watch it?
yeah, before they were losing every game.
So I was about to bring up. They lose every game. They're terrible. They might be better this year, though.
I know. I'm a big Danny Barrera fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you with us when he played with us in the co-ed?
Yes,
That was sick.
with his wife.
Yeah, his
So
wife.
cool.
I can't believe she played. That was crazy. I think
Was she
like,
good?
pregnant or something at that
I
time?
don't know. She
One of the sessions, she was like
nice.
1 month pregnant, and she was still playing. We were like,
Oh
"Oh
my
my god!"
She
God.
was super
No, but she was
nice.
good. She was awesome. She,
She
was
was,
such a good
yeah.
person.
Better than
she was
some
so
of the
cool.
KO guys.
Probably.
Ski was fine. Yeah.
The one that was trying to shoot my ball in my indoor game. Like
Yo.
But that actually brings me to another topic, just because we just were talking about playing co-ed. Do you like those rules? The, like,
No,
you know,
that's why it's
FSA,
not- no.
FSA, Oakwood, like the local ones around here in the Hartford areas. There's rules when you play co-ed.
What?
Guys cannot tackle girls. If a girl has the ball, the guy literally has to stand as a statue.
what do you think of that?
I think that sucks. You guys are
Be honest.
are
Be honest.
women is as good as men in anything, won't you say?
Don't
Kind
you
of
hit
podcast
me
is
with
it?
that. Don't
Speak
you
the truth.
hit
You're the
me.
host. You're the creator.
I'm just asking her.
No,
I'm asking
I'm
her
asking you
first.
now.
I'm
asking you.
asking
Are
her
you okay
first.
with females and males playing on the same field?
No.
No, obviously he's not.
No.
Why
That-
not?
That's horrible. Look, in those stuff, they don't even have a female in the goals because they know that we break their heads.
Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, at that level,
Fit them, no make no sense.
Right?
If the rules gonna change for the female, if we can't tackle a female, then
you
where
should
is
be.
this equality coming from?
Listen,
He played.
I want equality,
You played co-ed
damn
there,
it.
right? You played co-ed.
I want equality. I hate man marking or woman marking, and then I have the ball, and then it throws me off because I'm like, oh, these 4 guys that are next to me can't take the ball from me. So
Right.
I'm like trying to decide what to do,
Yeah,
and
if you-
it's like I can just dribble it until the goalkeeper decides to rock my shit, and then it's like he can do it.
Yeah.
Like. It's insane.
just
I
stupid.
find
Honestly,
almost more hurt from a
like-
goalkeeper at FSA with that rule than any other time I've been tackled by a guy in another facility
Right. See,
by a long shot.
that's why I respect
soccer.
Morgan. That's why I respect.
It's not
Morgan.
soccer. The co-ed at like all these local
No,
places in Hartford.
you're woman marking, And it's literally not soccer.
Yeah.
That makes sense, right?
No, and then you're like trying to decide because the rules changed and you don't know what to do. It sucks. That's why I stopped playing at FSA.
I've found new respect for you, the Morgan.
So there was no respect before.
Yeah,
I
Jesus.
found new respect.
There's been a layer added. we'll say.
Right. There's a layer,
A layer.
added to the respect that
Fair.
you have.
Valid.
Right?
Very valid.
She's the man.
I love that.
I'm still
movie.
trying to get stuff out of you because
I
I
love
know
that.
you have a lot to say, but you're trying to hide it right now.
We'll get there. Don't worry. It's gonna be a slow burn.
We're
gonna be a
gonna
slow
get there
burn.
slowly but surely. Go ahead, ask her something so I can get triggered.
It'll be a
I feel like
slow
she's
burn.
gonna trigger me.
I'm surprised I haven't already. Honestly.
Let's go
Yeah,
back. Let's
let's
go back to
hold
the Morgan stories.
Wait.
Okay, go
one
ahead.
more thing. The Morgan.
The Morgan.
Do you
Morgan.
think?
I'm coining. I'm changing my Instagram handle to the Morgan.
Yeah, you should name yourself. So the reason why I call her the Morgan, though, if any of you guys play Smite, my Smite lovers, right? Good. My Smite lovers, everybody know the Morgan in Smite. She's like this goddess that can go invisible and then
Really?
Yeah, and she make cloaks of herself, and you think that she's all the way over there when she's
Sick.
sick.
I'm gonna have to look this up later.
She's
Are you
sick.
kidding?
No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. She's sick. But anyways, let me ask you this: do you think that the U.S. national team can beat KO Elite's men's?
The women's?
Yeah.
No comment.
What do you think?
You guys might be too busy yelling at each other to play any soccer.
Are you gonna bring up the fact who women's national team lost to? What was it? You.
You
was it?
15 boys.
All right. First of all,
Like,
how
what was
long
this-
ago was this?
Doesn't even matter.
I remember.
We should look it up because I don't even know. But
Can we get a
Doesn't-
rematch? Like, can we get a
You
freaking
guys
rematch
cannot.
again?
You guys cannot.
No, the physical qualities are way the men's game versus the women's game is completely different.
Mm-hmm.
There are different qualities and attributes in each game. 1,000%. You guys are going to be faster, stronger, more technical on the ball.
I thought we were equal. Where did you get that from?
No, the game is played differently. It doesn't like I'm not saying better or worse. Like the game is played differently. So
Okay.
I don't think you can compare them. Like in the women's game, there's still like there's some girls with some serious tech. Like that doesn't mean like
I think there's a couple
there's some
of
crazy goals that are
professional
also
females that I think that could actually play with the men.
Yes.
There's like a few, very select few. Though.
Yes,
Very select few.
I agree.
Big deal. You think that they can beat KO Elites men's?
No.
Not even Division 1.
Well, because no, you had a crazy thing to say before.
What?
In front of me and George called you on it. What'd you say? You said Pops Navarro Harper could beat the women's national team by himself. You versus them 11, right?
I
And you
actually
strongly believed that.
I
Okay, we
did.
might be delusional,
I'm a little delusional.
slightly delusioned.
Then he like, what'd you add to it?
I
And you're
think that I think that I'm the best, right? So that's a little bit delusional. But to think that I can beat the women national team by myself with keeper in the goal,
I'd
with
pay.
another defender,
I'd pay to get this game together.
and with another defender, I would definitely I could win this. 3 guys,
Can we do a brain scan on you?
keeper in the goal,
You're not the only one that says that.
keeper in the goal, keeper in the goal. I need 1 defender there. I could beat the U.S. national teams, women's.
You
I
strongly believe that?
I strongly believe that. Clip this.
Yeah, clip it.
Clip this, and please put it on YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. Top P can beat the U.S. national team women's. I just need keeper, another defender, me by myself. I can do it.
That's crazy.
There's
You don't
no
think
way.
so? You don't think I can do it?
Dude, what? You're gonna be running around like a little ant.
Yeah,
How?
exactly. It's 11
How?
players
It's
on the
11
field.
versus 1, dude.
Because the thing is, you guys should understand football. So the thing is, and
I don't
defenders.
understand football.
The thing is, all right. So say this is the goal, right? I'm gonna use this analogy. This is the goal.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a player. I'm gonna teach you guys about defending. I am the defender. Okay. So if this player right here, they're trying to get to the goal, all I need to defend is their path to the goal. If they're going back here, I don't need to.
How many different paths do you think they get to the goal from that one spot?
First of
From
all,
here,
there's
only
11
two.
players, dude.
All she
They're
has
gonna-
to do is switch.
She's
the field
gonna have
all the
a-
way over here.
Switch it over there. My defender's gonna be right there. He's gonna go right there. They can't. I'm gonna out jump.
They're gonna
all
have
of
10
them.
players to pass. She's gonna have
So
9
dumb.
players to pass to.
You ever done like soccer drills where it's like 3v2?
I was gonna say, have you ever done
Yeah.
a 3v2,
Bro.
a 5v3?
Yeah.
I could be in a
A
Rondo.
Rondo?
Bro, a
have
Rondo.
you
They
been in a
can't,
Rondo and how
they can't make
humiliating?
5. You remember that drill last Wednesday? They couldn't make 5 passes.
Wednesday.
Who, the KO team?
The KO team couldn't make 5
you're
KO,
definitely
not the
not-
KO team. The KO people that are trying out for KO, like people trying out for KO. So it's
If it was a KO
Oh.
team, it doesn't even matter. They couldn't make 5
you
passes.
put me, Coombs, Alex, and like Kadua, us four versus you.
You
You're,
guys,
you're in the middle. You're not
You
touching
guys
the ball.
can't make 5 passes.
Well, I
on
think we
me.
were men. We're talking about females. You put like Morgan, Emily. Who other?
They couldn't even make 1 pass.
Alyssa?
Alyssa played with KO.
They couldn't even make 1 pass.
Hannah, Anna,
It was an all
For
female.
what? A one pass for what?
like a Rondo.
Rondo.
You Rondo around
A
Pops.
Rond? Are you joking,
You
dude?
could not make 1 pass.
1,000 dude, we're gonna have to do this. And I'm gonna
Make some
record
phone
it.
calls.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
We'll set it up and we'll record it.
On the I Have a Dream podcast, you put that live on your story.
Yes.
I don't think they
We're
could
gonna
make 1
no
pass.
the clip that's gonna play before this is gonna be me embarrassing you in the Rondo. Is what's gonna happen.
Speaking of you embarrassing me, I see you trying to a little video back on your Instagram where you're trying to do around the world. You remember how you were
Don't
trying
you
to do?
dare, bro. Don't you dare.
No. I'm saying
What
I'm
you
saying
got?
no. I'm saying that
you
I
got?
see that you're dedicated, and I do respect that because you even go out in the snow. I'm gonna clip
I
this
love
for
playing
you.
in the snow.
Yeah, so she goes out in
I
the
know,
snow.
and a lot of us would not do it.
She-
Like today was terrible.
Yeah, that's crazy. It was barely raining today, and all the guys were complaining.
Yep.
And
'Cause
this
they're a
young
bunch of-
lady, and this young lady, there's a field. She digs like a little hole.
I do.
Yeah, she digs a little hole in the snow, right?
Yeah.
And she goes and she trains. That is crazy.
Dedication.
It's fun.
Boom.
Boom.
Exploded. Boom.
Well, that's because
Like,
going back
I
to
respect her a
going
lot.
back to her story now.
Yeah.
That's why she's so dedicated, right?
Yeah.
So you said when you turned what 22, 23,
Yeah.
you got back into soccer because of like Vale and
Yeah.
and all that.
I couldn't even, dude. The amount of injuries I had, I couldn't run without like, I'd like tore my groin, pulled my groin 1,000 times. Like I could not run. I used to have Gage like pop my hip
Yeah.
halfway through the game because I had like a snapping hip syndrome type
Mhm.
thing going on, and if it got stuck, it wouldn't like move in the socket like it's supposed to. So I'd run over to the sidelines, lay down, and he'd pop it so I could keep playing.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
a,
I literally couldn't even
that's
run.
a good man right there.
Yeah.
That's a good man.
So
I love
what?
Gage.
Moving on.
So yeah. So what motivated you to get back into soccer? Like, meaning, like, I know you got into the Vale and stuff, but I know your story. You should tell the audience your story, like
Yeah.
getting into the USL too and all that. Like,
Oh,
Slowly
the
getting-
US too?
yeah, slowly getting back into like
Oh,
competitive,
yeah.
actual soccer, organized
That
soccer.
was rough. All right, so I started playing at Vale. So I played men's futsal. Okay.
I remember that.
She played with the men's.
She played with Gage and them. Yeah, I remember that. That's
they
why I first
allowed
met
her?
Morgan. What?
They allowed her to play
They
with the
allowed.
men's?
I scored the
You
one of
should
the
be talking.
most amount of goals in that league.
That's crazy.
I had some solid goals. I should bring up some highlights.
You
actually,
should send us some.
Wait,
some
I got it.
highlights.
You definitely have highlights.
I gotta do that.
I want to see that.
Yeah,
Send
I liked futsal.
Futsal-
I really liked it.
Futsal has its ups and downs.
And then I played men's league indoor at Vale as well. So I played with a lot of men, which
Wait.
really helped me tremendously.
Okay.
Tremendously.
Okay.
Like in high school when I went to Oakwood with my guy, they were all guy friends, and I just played soccer. So they were all faster than me.
Yeah.
I'd have to like be really like I'd have to be stronger than I really was to like deal with that. I had to think quicker because they were gonna tackle me way faster. So I had
Yep.
to think way differently, which really helps me. And I actually developed a phobia of playing women. So I'm not even kidding because I was so comfortable playing men
Right.
at that time. Because for years I only played men.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, so I was like, okay, I want to start actually getting into outdoor soccer because it had been years, literally since I was 13, since I played outdoor soccer. So all this was indoor and like futsal.
Right.
So I'm not breaking into a full sprint and dribbling and like doing any of those things. So I think I tried out for, which is also wild, like CT Fusion, which is
Yeah.
like a very good team.
They're semi-professional, right?
Yeah, that's like the semi-professional league. Is UWS
Yeah.
1 and then UWS 2, which is the one right below it. They had a UWS 1 team and a 2 team. I think it was their first year of their second team.
Mhm.
And I was going to try out. So I was like, okay, I went to the tryout. And we did like the first tryout the first day, and they're like, okay, they told everyone who's trying out, come back.
Yeah.
I came back. Then like I think it was like a Monday or something, and then they had a next practice on Wednesday and another one on Thursday. told us to come back on Wednesday. Okay, and they said, okay, come back again on Thursday. Okay. Come back on Thursday. I'm like talking to the coach. We were talking about something afterwards. So we were just like going to the practices basically and practicing with the two teams. And I think they had their first game that weekend. And he's like, it's okay. We'll talk about it. I'll see you at the game on Sunday or whatever it was. And I was like, oh, am I on the team? And he's like, oh, I don't know. That's not a question for me. So then, like, long story short, I didn't make the team at all. So I didn't play.
Mm-hmm.
And I played for, like, I think there's, like, a Hartford team
Women's?
that plays in Glastonbury.
That Glastonbury
Plays,
League? And they're playing the Celtic?
Yeah, the Irish American.
Yeah.
So I ended up playing with them.
That's with Tish and them, right?
Yeah.
They're just
so
a couple of Canadian girls.
Yeah. I ended up playing with them. And then you also did like a 7v7 or 5v5 thing.
Here in Hartford, yep, I remember that.
That was my first outdoor.
Really? Oh, I remember.
And I was so bad compared to how I am now. I look back at it, I'm like, are you joking? I would do so well in that now. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Like, and that was a few years ago.
It's funny that you bring that up because Kimmy and the Hartford Line Soccer just like reposted our picture, the KO picture of like all
really?
the female, all the girls I played. I don't know if they're doing it again this summer. Maybe they are.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my first outdoor playing again, which is so wild to me. So I didn't make that team that year, and then the second year came around because they're only summer leagues.
Yeah.
So I tried out for CT Rush's UWS 1 team. They only had a UWS 1 team. I didn't make the team, and they said you could play for a U23 team, though. Said it was going to be in a certain league, and I was like, okay, cool. Ended up paying, whatever. And they're like, oh, it's actually going to be in the FSA Outdoor League.
Yeah.
So we got like 2 practices a week, and then we ended up playing at FSA. So it was kind of like weird because St. Joe's, they asked me to play, like Emily.
Yeah.
But I was already playing for CT Rush, and I was like, oh, maybe if I play with CT Rush, I'll be able to get bumped up to the UWS team, which never ended up happening. And then the next year, so this was this past summer.
2023?
Yes. So this is my 3rd year trying out for a UWS team. Mm-hmm. I finally made it. It was the second team.
You go, Queen.
But, which is funny because... Slay. So I made that team and got to practice and do that. And that's when I was like, I was glad I made that team because it's like, okay, it's taken me 3 years to get on a team. And then in May, I think it starts in like June or the end of May or something, whenever college is done, like kids get back, I was like, I think I'm going to play college soccer this fall, which May is kind of like starting, not last minute, you're kind of getting there, especially Division 2, Division 3, it's like kind of getting a little late-ish. I was like, okay, so I have to get footage and things like that. And then I also started playing with the Vail U23 team, the outdoor team as well. And then that's how I got into playing for Mitchell College, was through the U23 team and like Lloyd, because he was the assistant for Mitchell College.
So going back to when you were trying out for those two teams, did you think like resume mattered? Like you didn't really have a resume, right?
No, I literally had nothing.
You had nothing. So do you think that mattered in the
1,000%.
Yeah.
Because there were girls, like when I played at CFC, they would always ask me, where do you play? Where did you play?
Right.
And I was like, really? Like, you think I played college soccer? Because in my mind, I haven't played since 13.
Right.
And I'm like, you think I'm, like, decent? like, I didn't believe. And then I was like, oh, well, why do I think? Because I debated on playing and going to school for 3 years. And I remember telling my strength coach that, 1, I was too dumb to go back to school, which is crazy. And 2, that I wasn't good enough to play college soccer, which is, like, crazy to me now with, like, seeing the level.
That you're playing on.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, are you joking? Like, I waited 3 years because I doubted. I, like, put these, like, fake things in my brain.
I'm not.
So
actually, if you have not told me that you have not played for so long, I would not even guess that.
That's what everyone says.
That's true, too. Yeah. I wouldn't believe it. 10 years is a long time.
Right?
And that's, like, when you're developing.
Yeah.
Like, that's when you're developing.
You're missing your developing years.
I know.
Wow, that's crazy.
I think, well, so this keeps me up at night occasionally, because then I'm like, if I played my whole life, like, how good,
Where would you be?
like, how good could I have been?
You'll be playing with Megan Rapinoe.
Which is, like, depressing, kind of.
If you could go back right now, what was one thing you fix to try to play soccer again? If you could.
It was completely out of my control.
I mean, you were young, 10
as a
and 13,
kid.
10 to 13.
Like, it was completely out of my control. However, had I known what I know now, the day I turned 18 and moved out of my house, that's when I would have started trying to play soccer.
Right.
everything is working out exactly how I need it to.
Mm.
But if I could go back and change it, I would say I would change waiting so long. But I also had so many health issues, injuries, so many other things going on in my life where I wouldn't have been able to pursue anything anyway. So,
See
really,
what you're saying.
really challenging.
What was the
But
worst injury you got?
torn ACL for sure?
What was that like? That's like the surgery line right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a scar from playing hacky sack and falling in a parking lot. But the one underneath it is the ACL.
Right.
I was 16. It wasn't super challenging.
Mm.
I remember not listening to doctors and like going to Oakwood and playing on my crutches and like doing
crazy.
dumb crap like
Yo,
that.
she's crazy.
I when I tell you I loved soccer and like I still like I love soccer.
Playing.
But like I loved soccer. So like whenever I could get touches and things like that, I would.
Just because we have a host here that usually has a terrible knee injury, very bad knee injury, right? How
You're
do you
right.
handle that?
Like mentally, physically, emotionally.
all three, honestly, because it's pops.
It's like a long term thing.
What
is it? What's the
from I was born.
He doesn't even know. It's just his knee. Like, what is it? Buckles or whatever.
So
Not
whenever
here
I'm
now?
playing and I put my knee in awkward position, it stucks. It just locks in that.
That's how I
position.
tore my ACL. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, it hyperextended, and
So we're just waiting for that to happen. Now?
and I was jogging
No.
when I tore my ACL.
Really?
I was dribbling like a little jog. I went 1, 2, 3,
Boom. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
jogging. So embarraing.
That's like my biggest.
So
fears.
embarrassing.
I was sleeping and I got injured.
What were you
Yeah.
doing in your sleep?
Nothing. I was just sleeping. I wanted
Uh-huh.
to turn and I got
So like,
and I got injured.
so like mentally, it's really really challenging, and I haven't, knock on wood, like been injured in a long time, and I work really hard to make sure that doesn't happen. But obviously, like contact injuries are unavoidable.
Yeah.
Well, I did technically sprain my wrist in one of my college games, which is really frustrating actually. But it wasn't like my ankle or anything. Like I could still play.
Yeah.
You're
So-
playing on clutches.
Yeah, yeah, we're fine. So like mentally, it's definitely really challenging, but it's like also making sure you don't get frustrated at yourself or your knee or being like scared to play is really important. So if I'll bring it back to my ACL.
Scared.
Like there's a lot of players, especially because I'm in strength and conditioning, and I
Yeah.
see them after like surgeries and when they're coming back and they're playing again. There's a lot of players that are very nervous about playing again, and they think that it's actually weaker than it was, or they'll wear their knee brace forever, thinking that it like really helps them. And
And
it's
it
like,
doesn't.
oh, it adds support, and it's like, okay, well that adds support, but now you're not supporting yourself, so like you're weakening certain like tissues and things.
Yeah.
like
Right.
when you shouldn't. And also mentally, you have that, like you can feel it, you can see it. That's like a subconscious like mental
Yes.
reminder, like
Yeah.
I'm injured or I'm weaker.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, screw that. I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So I never wore a brace. As soon as I came back, like I was confident. My PT said I was cleared. I was like, I'm ready to go. Like I never ever thought about it, and I don't think about it now. Because in my head I was like, I know whatever I tell myself, that's what I'm gonna believe, and that's how I'm gonna play. And I didn't want it to affect my playing, and I didn't want to increase my risk of injury because of the mental aspects.
Mhm.
It's like you can control that. So
Yeah.
So strong.
More stronger than you. You're scared to play still.
Shut up.
He was
Take
scared to
notes.
play. He
Write
was-
this down.
Yeah, you should. You were scared to play today. What do you think
He's
Lamar would have
calling
said to
you
you?
out, dude.
It was
Lamar, you're lucky
freezing.
Lamar's in Puerto Rico right now on vacation.
It
lucky.
was freezing.
It was freezing today.
It was a horrible day.
Oh, it wasn't that cold. It wasn't that cold. It's just the rain.
Rain.
I hate the
It was
rain.
windy though.
It was windy. I just hate the rain though.
Right? It was. So I'm mentally strong, as you can clearly see.
Obviously,
Right?
yes.
I'm mentally strong, but it's just because remember the first time it happened, 2 weeks I'm playing again, right?
No.
Or a month? 'Cause
No.
I could 2 months,
Like
6
3 or
months.
4.
3 months I'm playing again, right? And then it was swollen. But I've played so many games. It used to lock every Friday. So I'm like, you know what?
Oh.
Yeah, because of the pickup at Vale.
Yeah, it
Interesting.
locks every Friday, and they're saying that I'm scared. I'm not.
We just tell him to
scared.
go get it checked. He still hasn't gotten it checked. He
You
like
should
refused
get
to
it
go
checked. It gets swollen.
I'm a man. I don't get things checked. I just throw it in the wind and it just
He just
Yeah,
goes
until
away.
shit hits the fan, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I can't move.
Yeah.
I'm good. In the future, I'll be playing. I'm gonna play that national team.
Okay.
Me keep on another
Alright.
defender.
Sounds good.
I could even have Danny playing at
I'll
defense.
get it
to be
together.
honest.
I'll get it going.
The national team.
Yep.
I want to. How's Megan Rapinoe doing?
She retired.
Okay, bring her out of retirement.
Oh, you want to play the older retired players, is what
No.
you're saying.
No,
Sounds
I'm
like
not
you're
saying
getting
that.
a little nervous now.
Bring everyone that you want. Bring everyone. Bring what's her name?
Alex Morgan.
Alex Morgan. Bring everyone. We can even have you on the team too. We can do it 15 versus 3. Doesn't even matter.
You're an idiot.
It's gonna be easily
All
divided.
right.
All right. You have anything else, Danny?
I mean, yeah. Now you're in college, right? Playing.
Mhm.
How you enjoying that? How's that going?
Yeah, we haven't played since November, or like the end of October. Which
That's
is
your first year.
Also, really depressing, huh?
Your first year was this past fall.
Yeah.
Fresh-
Freshman
freshman.
season. Yeah.
What's that going on for?
Yeah. How does that go for you? Because you're like
Yeah.
older and
It was very
like
interesting.
freshmen are what 18ish.
17 some.
Yeah.
It was very challenging, and my whole reason for going to school and playing was that I knew there were some gaps in like who I was as a person, and I felt like I was missing some certain things and like skill sets and
Mhm.
things like that. And I was like, I know that if I went to school and played, I would really put myself in situations that would challenge me and do something that I would have loved to do as a kid. Like this was like a total dream.
Mhm.
So like I knew if I put myself in that situation, that I would really grow into the person that I like knew I could become. So I knew going into this team that I would have a specific role too, being an older player, a coach, as well, and things
Got a
and like a
little bit more
strength
experience
coach
than all of them,
and
yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
So which I really appreciated Coach Mark for that. Because he had an idea and like understood the qualities that I had and could utilize during the season outside of just being on the field and things like that and just like scoring goals.
Mhm.
So that was really cool. But there was definitely some challenges with like the age differences. Me trying to learn how to deal with those differences was a big challenge. Everything was like so new, and there were so many like I've never had a preseason before. You know?
Those suck.
Really?
Yeah.
These are rough.
You should have brought her to KO preseason.
I've never. This was the most soccer I've ever. I played soccer every single day except for Sundays, and I had 2 games a week. Like there were so many new things. I haven't had a legit like position, and like this was like the most. Like I had practices in the summer, like for the UWS too, but like this was another like level. And there were so many things. Like I haven't been a part of a team like that. Yeah, you're in the summer team, but it's not like. It's just a bunch of girls getting together for the summer. You know, it's not like your team.
Yeah.
So the like team dynamic, I haven't been in that since I was literally 13.
Yeah. Like
Really?
So yeah.
Ask Danny the question that you had for me today.
I had a couple more, but
What-
go ahead. What was
One
it?
question.
Is KO gonna start a women's team?
I get that all the time, man. Oh God. You know who you should be asking that? It's Emily, my cousin.
She's not even. She can't even play right now.
Wait, what's wrong with her?
I don't know what's wrong with her. She's right. I know right now she's in Inter Miami. She's watching Inter Miami.
Oh, I
here.
did see that on Instagram.
She's in Florida. She just bought me a scarf
Slay.
or a T-shirt or something.
She's not gonna buy me anything.
She doesn't even know you, dude. She bought yeah. Yeah, I've always.
Are
thought
you
about-
gonna start?
I've
a
always thought
women's
about it
team?
because you're not the only.
Let me know. Let me know.
I'm thinking about it honestly. I just feel like who's gonna like take charge, who's gonna run it and all. I'm still playing too much. And
You got
We
the
gotta
Morgan
find
right here.
Dude,
she wants to do it. Go for it.
I'm
I'll support
busy.
it.
Well, now I'm playing for
Come
Hudson
on.
Valley Crusaders.
Okay.
And they're in New York.
Wow.
So like it's a drive for the summer.
Wow.
So I'm gonna be.
You don't care about your car
I
at
thought you
all,
were going
don't
to,
you?
I thought you were going to California or something soon.
No,
But
it's
going back to the college thing, aside from soccer, though, are you going to college just for soccer, or are you going to college like trying to pursue a degree in anything?
So that's a very interesting question because when I first decided to go to school, it was strictly soccer, and I was like, I'm gonna get this degree with it,
Yeah.
but like I want to go play soccer and I want to see how good I can get, which is the same. It's the same goal. Like I want to just see how good I can get, basically, because it's like if I do something, it's not going to be like 50%.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
wanna put all
yeah,
in.
and I really love doing it, and I don't want to look back and like regret or be like, oh, I could have tried a little bit harder.
So are you still pursuing that dream?
Or yeah, absolutely. Like as long as I'm playing, like I'm still gonna try to like be the best player that I can be.
See,
I don't know what that's gonna look like.
That's a good
she's a
mentality.
man.
That's a line.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like if you love your sport, like it doesn't really matter where you end up. Like, yeah, you have that end goal,
Yeah.
but like I still get to play soccer every single day.
Yeah, you should come
Like-
around KO Elites more. You should come train with us.
A woman training with men?
Hobbs
Yeah.
inviting her? Whoa. That needs to be clipped.
Can I get a clip of that?
Yeah, that needs to be clipped. Definitely. And I need to share that in the group chat.
We're gonna make her stronger. What are you talking
Oh.
about? No, speak.
Wow.
Do you have any more questions for her?
Last question I had.
Oh
Just
wait, I didn't finish answering that question. Hang on.
pursuing the dream.
Oh yeah. So that was like my main goal.
Yeah.
And it still is now. However, I still like I'll probably end up getting my master's afterwards, you know, and
Masters in what?
probably neuroscience.
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 Learning about the brain.
Yeah.
That's what it is. How did I know that if I was
That's
such
good.
a dummy, huh?
Because right now I'm a health science major and a psych minor, and then I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get my master's in
He didn't
neuroscience.
even know what neuroscience.
Of course I
is.
did.
Okay.
So it's changed a little bit. It's like, oh, just soccer, but like it's still soccer, but there's other things that I'm starting to enjoy that aren't soccer. So it's like not like, oh, my whole personality is soccer, like whatever my worth is soccer. It's more balanced.
Neuroscience. That's interesting. Wow. So
And-
you're playing soccer, plus you're learning about the brain.
Yeah.
Give me an
Does it
interesting
Get-
fact about
does
the
it
brain.
get any better?
Yeah. Give me an interesting fact about the brain.
That we wouldn't know.
Ooh,
I know
that
everything.
you
Pops
wouldn't-
kind of.
That you wouldn't know. There
Yeah.
was one that I was. So this was in my psych class
You
actually.
know everything. Get out of here.
This was in my psych class. We were just reading about it,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't remember. It's like split brain.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when you're having, is it seizures or something? It's like when the connection between your left and right brain is like kind of going crazy, I believe. So they, like your brain is connected. Like there's the two hemispheres,
Yeah.
but they're connected. They
Right.
actually separate your left and right side of your brain, like surgically cut it, so they don't interact with each other like that anymore.
That's how you get seizures.
No, that's what was stop the seizures, which is
Oh.
insane. Like the electrical charges don't go there anymore, and they perceive things differently. So like they would show, I can't remember the exact specifics,
Wow.
but they would show like a picture or something with like a word,
Mm-hmm.
and he couldn't like. It was weird. He couldn't say the word, but like knew it was there. It was really it was very interesting.
That is very interesting. Did you know that?
And like you can function completely
Absolutely
fine.
not.
You can function completely fine with your brain cut in half,
Yeah.
That is sick.
right?
That is actually sick. What,
Really
what do you got?
Oh, my last question was just from aside from soccer. You're back in school, right?
Right.
You live on campus?
I do. I live in a dorm.
See, that was gonna be my question. Just
Yes.
like just being older now, right? You don't really go back to college at like 26,
No.
27.
And live on campus in a dorm.
right? So like,
Yeah.
how's that experience aside from soccer?
So it was really, I was supposed to have a roommate,
Mm-hmm.
and she was super, super young, and it just was not going to work out for me. I really didn't, because I was going from living in an apartment with my boyfriend at the time,
Yeah.
and like being like very independent. I moved out when I was 18 too, so it's like I've always been kind of on my own.
Independent lady, you are.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Slay.
Go queen.
Go queen. But so it was like a weird, but when Gage and I broke up, I was like, I really need to be by myself,
Yeah.
and it was cheaper for me to live on campus than to like live in my own place or like anything like that. So I was like, oh, I'll just buy out a single and live there. And it was really challenging at first because I was never really by myself like that, and it was very lonely at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to like manage the different like ages
Yeah.
and feeling like I was a coach or like a mentor towards everyone younger than me and not really like an equal. Like I didn't feel supported by others because there was a lack of like emotional connection and like processing and things like that. So it wasn't like equal, and I felt very lonely.
Uh-oh.
But after winter break, I came back and I like made a lot more friends and like do a lot more with other students, which is like, it's a different dynamic than my friends that are my age or slightly older or maybe just a couple years younger. It is a slightly different dynamic.
But just being in that environment, you don't feel like you probably feel younger.
No, and they all think I'm like 20.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. They had like no idea.
awesome.
You look very young. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
You look like you're
22,
20 years
23.
old.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like it's never really like questioned
Yeah.
like, oh, this old person. And I think I like I think I carry myself in a way too that's like kind of younger.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's because I hang out with younger kids now.
Yeah.
Like I still hang out with adults and
Yeah.
like a lot to keep myself sane because
Yeah.
I would go insane. So it's just been like some challenges here and there, but I do legitimately enjoy it. Like I love my dorm, being by myself. I don't have to worry about like my apartment. There's so many like plus sides to having a dorm, and I don't know. So I'm enjoying it.
Oh, that's
Actually, I
not
got one
nice.
more thing. Sorry.
What?
Because so Morgan's the first one for season 2, right?
Yeah. First
There's a
female
reason
to-
she came on the show. I just want to make sure we touched on everything you wanted to talk about, because I remember
Yes.
you reached out to me saying you wanted to talk about some certain stuff on the podcast.
Well, that is actually really nice. Go ahead.
Did I say I wanted to talk about something specific?
Probably. I would have to go through my messages to find it.
Ooh, I don't remember. Probably just like soccer, honestly.
Yeah, just talking about it.
Yeah.
She
And,
got
like,
it
my
all
story,
covered.
because it's so like unique.
Very
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
And like I see stuff on Instagram sometimes. I haven't seen like a soccer player. Actually, I did play a girl that was older than me
Mm-hmm.
when I was playing for Mitchell this
Oh, really?
past fall. Yeah, my coach was like, "Morgan, you're not the oldest player today," and I couldn't tell who it was. I couldn't tell who the older girl was. I think she was 28
Oh damn!
or 27. She
Mhm.
was older than me,
Wow.
which is cool. But I see stuff on Instagram. There's like a basketball player. He is like in school or something. He's 25 or 26 as like a senior or something, and
Right.
like I see these. Sometimes I like reshare them on my story because I think they're funny as hell. But they're like kind of making jokes about how he's older, like playing his sport and things like that, and people are like, "Can you do that? Like, get a job?" And it's like, dude, like what? Like we have jobs. I have a job because I have to
Yeah.
pay for all this.
Right.
But I think it's funny, and like your athleticism peaks. I forget what it is. I think
30.
25. I just posted this too. I think on my story. It's like 25 to 30 something is
It's 30.
your, like peak athleticism.
Yeah.
So like people that play in college and then never
Right.
play afterwards never reach their peak
Right.
performance
So
in
think-
athleticism.
Right. So think about it. I'm 25 years old right now.
You could be peaking.
I would roast that U.S. national team.
You could be peaking.
I know.
But with that knee, I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Get out of here. Everybody
But it's
talks
so
about
funny
my
'cause,
knee.
Like the younger kid, like you never get to reach your athletic potential.
Right. You're right.
Horrible. I think take 8 gap years. Everyone should take 8 gap years. You know?
All right. You finish asking the questions. Eddie?
Yeah, I just want to make sure she touches on everything she wants to.
I
All right.
think
That's
I touched
that.
on
Oh,
everything.
that's so nice.
That's very nice.
Get out of here, Danny. But yes. But you said you. What happened? Oh, we can't talk about you and your relationship. Could we touch on that a little bit?
Engaged?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could we touch on it?
that's fine.
All right. So what happened?
I
'Cause
assume he might not be happy about it, but I'm not going to say anything bad. Like,
don't say anything bad
I
about
would
my
never.
friend
I
Gage.
would never.
Has Gage ever said?
All right, cool, yeah. So, yeah, what happened? Cause he popped your hip. How he popped your hip? He did pop your hip. You said it. You had a hip that needs to be popped, and this is during games. So I'm assuming this. How many times you play a week during that time?
2 times a week.
So that's like 2 times a week. He
It
popped
wasn't
your hip.
consistent. It was like weeks or months before it like healed.
Wow, you can imagine the guy has to learn how to pop hips, and he
Well, I
popped
had to
your
teach
hip.
him.
Doesn't even matter. He learned. Popped your hip, and now you guys are broken up. Oh
Yeah,
my
we just were
god.
not right for each other. No, we just like wanted different things. I wanted different things. I wanted to pursue soccer in school, and it just wasn't. We dated for 3 years, so like a while.
Wow.
And I just didn't see myself like being with him forever.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're with someone for a few years at that point and you don't see yourself with that person,
Yeah.
I think it's best to not waste any
more
of your
years? Yeah.
time, or their time.
Right.
So it just didn't work out, and that was just like a good moment to do it because I was kind of like changing a lot at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just didn't really work out.
That sucks.
It does suck.
So
It happens.
you guys started dating and just ended it just like that.
Yeah.
3 years down the drain.
Yeah, not down the drain because you learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about the other person, what you like, what you dislike, and people and relationships and things. So I don't regret it at all. I don't regret any of my relationships, like because we broke up. Like
Right.
I learned a lot.
So what would you be looking for? What would you say you would settle for in a guy forever and ever? What would last forever for you?
I would say probably marrying a woman.
No way.
No, I'm just kidding.
He was shocked for a second.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't think.
Let me take my glasses off. That's
I don't
crazy.
think I could marry a man. No, I don't know. I guess I'm still like learning that, but I'm not like dating now.
Yeah.
because I want, like, it's been a long time since I've been single.
Okay.
So, like, I'm really enjoying that.
You're enjoying being single? How does
Hell, yes.
How does someone enjoy being single? I don't get it.
You're single, bro. How do
Doesn't mean he's enjoying it.
Of course he's enjoying. He talks about every day how he loves being single.
No, I talked about every day how I want
Drag
my
this
wife.
man out.
Remember, I said that to you yesterday.
Like, throw him to the wind.
My head hurts.
No, it's really nice.
It's not nice. Get out of here.
No, it is. I get to learn about myself, spend time with myself. Like, I don't have to, like, not that,
What have you learned about yourself?
that I'm super freaking cool.
Well, you are cool. I'm giving you that. Let's explode it.
Thank
Boom,
you.
explode
Thank
it.
you. I freaking appreciate that. No, I think I've dated people where I didn't really understand what I liked in a person, but
Right.
I also didn't. I was never really content with myself. So I don't think you can really like I didn't like myself. Like there were parts of myself that I didn't really like, and I was like, this could be better, and I could, you know.
Like what?
It's really hard to explain. There's no like specific like, oh, I do this when that happens or whatever. It was just like there was an underlying like deep dissatisfaction, and I think that was because I wasn't playing soccer and I didn't pursue the things that I wanted to.
Right.
To make the people, and this isn't just Gage, this is any boyfriend that I've had, I wouldn't pursue the things that I wanted to because I wanted to please the person I was with or make it easier for the person that I was with.
Okay.
So I never like pursued the things that I wanted to do.
Right.
So I never really knew what I liked doing and made decisions for myself. And I could see myself being 40 and married with kids and like freaking miserable because I never got to do the things that I wanted to. And I was like, I have the choice to do those things.
Let me ask you something. So that I'm just like setting you up for like one of my questions. So let me ask you
set up.
something. So how have soccer affected you with like dating and getting a husband and having kids?
Oh my gosh.
That's a good question, Pops. You came up with that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
You didn't Google that?
I've been setting.
Did you AI that?
I've been setting it
Chat
up.
GPT?
Yeah.
No, I don't even have it.
Shut up.
I've been setting you up
Right
just
here.
for that
That
question.
was a really good intro.
I'm smooth, right?
Give this man a freaking
Yeah,
award.
give me that
Dude,
thing.
That's like
Boom.
4 now.
Exploding. I'm exploding the
That was
place.
really solid. Can you repeat the question? No. Are you talking college soccer?
Just soccer overall. How have it affected you?
I don't think soccer overall has
Right.
really affected, but college soccer for sure because, and like, I've talked to guys about it before,
Right.
but it's very interesting being 26 and in college, living in a dorm, and like one because time wise,
Right.
like I have a job, I'm a student athlete. Like when you're in season, you're screwed.
Yeah,
Like-
you have no life.
Being a student athlete and having a job is insane.
That's a
It's
lot.
insane.
That is
So like
crazy.
any kids that are like college athletes, like enjoy not working and like having to do that crap.
Wow.
All
Like
that responsibility.
enjoy
You know,
that.
I respect this girl
She's
even
doing a
more.
lot.
Even more. You're
Thank
doing a lot.
I appreciate
You're
that.
working, going to college.
Why do you guys respect that? And then when I say that, like, I
What?
have to deal with KO and all this crap, that's why I don't have time for relationships.
You're a
You guys
man.
give me
You're a
crap.
man. You're a man.
You and British and all these
Just
dudes.
go another
I don't have a
ball.
problem because I do too much. I do too much for KO. I do
Yeah.
too much for you guys.
Yeah, it's really challenging. Like so
She's
schedule
a woman. Go queen.
so schedule wise,
Right.
but also it's like I don't know if this would weird a guy out that I like spend so much time with younger people. I don't know if that would freak them out, or they might be like, oh, she lives in a dorm, or like does she go to college parties? Like
Right.
I'm not really not really into that. Like if you're reaching your 30s, you're probably not really wanting to date someone that, but like I don't go to college parties or things like that. But I think the assumption, like you might
Yeah.
just assume like, oh, she's in a certain point in her life where she doesn't want to like settle down or like is doing certain things that like they
Right.
wouldn't like or approve of or whatever, which isn't the case, but like I could see why an assumption would be made because I'm like college athlete.
Right. And plus, too, you're getting older. You know that studies have shown that guys go for younger women.
So dude, I don't know about that. I don't know about the studies. The studies are wrong.
Studies show that guys
studies
like
are wrong.
20 to 25, they tend to like in that area, and you're like getting out of that. So soccer have affected you.
I've never
Very
gotten more
much.
guys than I have at this point in my life. Younger. I never like. I'm not even kidding.
You not have more guys.
Like younger guys.
Okay. Right. Then again, you're in
I've always
college.
dated older. I know.
Mm.
But even like, just like outside of school, I've never had so many younger guys hit on me or
Right.
like reach out to me or like never.
Especially she played for KO. Everyone knows
Right?
about her.
Yeah. She's putting herself out there, aren't you?
That's crazy. I was like, I'm
I see that. I see that you even lift. I saw you put a picture with
I
your
do lift. I'm a strength coach. I have
with,
to lift.
with her back like this.
Probably lifts more than you, honestly. How much you bench, right?
I don't.
Not
bench.
with
Oh,
those
Deadlift?
little arms. Not with those
I'm
little
not
arms.
benching. I'm not benching. Okay.
Not with those
What's your
little
deadlift?
arms. You deadlift, do you?
I do
Do you
deadlift.
deadlift with like a glove or something so
No,
you don't
dude.
get? Let me see you in the middle of your finger, in your hands.
There's a callus.
Oh, she have calluses,
There's
Danny.
calluses.
She have.
Relax. Relax. Settle down.
I have. Let me see if I have more calluses. She probably have
You
more.
probably don't
calluses.
lift heavy enough to have calluses.
I definitely do.
You have calluses? Mmm.
You missed my joke there.
She said I probably don't lift as much.
I knew you heard it. I knew you.
I was trying to
ignored it.
ignore it,
I knew, but I wasn't gonna let that go.
bro. I
what's
see
your
that you
deadlift?
deadlift. How much can you deadlift? Let me see if I can do.
First.
Let me see if I can do more than you. How much do you deadlift?
270 is my max.
He can't do that.
Bro, if she can do 270, I could 10 up her.
Why?
Because I'm a man, bro. Look,
Bro,
just look
okay,
at my
hold
guns,
up.
bro.
I want a video of this man, of this guy right here,
I'm top P,
Wait,
bro.
tell Freitas this because they're the ones that go to the gym.
deadlifting. I want a 1 rep max.
Of
from you.
275?
Well, yeah, it's gotta be more
What?
than 270.
270? I'm gonna go
Dude,
280,
bro.
bro.
That's 2 plates, right? 245s on each side and like a 25 on each side.
It doesn't even matter how many plates it is. I'm gonna eat
goal is
all my
350.
food, bro.
My goal
That's
is
3.
350.
That's 3 plates, right?
Bro.
45s?
Two,
You better eat your Wheaties. before you do that.
280. I'm gonna deadlift
I want, okay, we're
280,
getting
bro.
multiple videos.
I'll do it. I'll be there. I'll be
We're
there.
getting the 1 rep
I want to
max
win this.
deadlift.
I'm gonna have my videographer be there with that. What do you pronounce that name? Canon or Conan? What is that? That Conan camera, whatever it is, or my iPhone.
Camera.
No, we're doing that. We're doing the rondo and we're doing the 1 rep max deadlift. Okay?
I'm wrong.
Deal. Let's shake on it. Let's shake on
I'll
it.
pop his knee before you.
Ew,
Oh my God, you
calluses.
just broke your hand. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Whose hand was that?
Sure, it's not her end. See, that is what's happening with my knees. That's what's happening with my knees. But yeah, I'm gonna deadlift more than her. So no, quick question for you. So okay. Now, I know this is a big thing. It's very controversial, right? I know you need to take a sip right now, right? Listen, how do you feel with trans women, men that transition into
Great
women,
question.
going into women's sports? Cause you know what? First, let me ask you: do you think men and women are like equal when it comes
Not
on
physically equal, no.
not physics? So how do you feel with men? Danny going to be a female and coming to play against you and scoring a hat trick in every game. How do you feel about something like that?
So,
Are you for it?
no. No, but so listen, I think there's a lot that goes into it. I don't really know the science behind how it works. I don't know the science behind, like, I don't know enough of the science to know how it works.
Right.
However, and like I only see stuff like if it's on the news or like on Instagram, like, oh, so and so, this swimmer did that, and like beating all these, like, in that sense, I think it's not fair to women's sports to do that.
Right.
When you're trying to grow the sport, especially, like, women already have a hard time, like,
Yeah.
female sports, you know?
Sure.
So I don't really know what the solution would be. Maybe, like, a separate league.
Trans league, right?
Yeah.
A third league?
Yeah.
Because, like, do I think they should
Trans.
also, but do I think they should also be able to play sports? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely they should.
You know?
Right. There are people.
So, but I think it just hurts the women's game or the female athletes in general and takes away from that. But I also
Right.
don't want to take away from any, like, trans players and things like that.
That's great. And what do you think about the gender pay gap?
That was a good question.
This is very, very, very interesting to me. Because male sports do bring in more revenue, and they're trying to change that now. Like we were talking about before, women's sports is getting way more popular.
Right,
they're getting more
right,
viewers. They're getting more sponsorships, more money. They're selling out stadiums, things like that, which wasn't happening before.
That's just not soccer either. That's like all the sports.
That's all. Yeah, we were talking about volleyball, like even college women's basketball.
Oh my God, Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, like insane.
She's like selling out
Yes.
stadiums. Yeah, arenas.
I
Yeah.
only watch netball.
Caitlin Clark's like the next Steph Curry. She's insane.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so it's like
that-
that's getting way more popular now.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think if that continues, like, that's freaking great.
That would be
And
nice,
like as long as you're like like women's sports are making more money, they'll be able to make more. But if you also think about it, there's NWSL players who literally make like what's the minimum you can make? I think it's $40K
For what?
a year to play women's professional soccer in America.
Really? That's terrible.
That's insane. And you know what it was before?
That's terrible.
Don't quote me on this. I'm gonna Google it later.
But I believe you.
I think it was $20K or 20 something grand.
Wow.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
To play women's professional soccer in America. I think it just changed like within the last few
That's the
years.
equivalent to
Oh my god, big.
That
deal.
it's like is it?
NWSL?
Oh, the league, yes.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The league is equivalent to.
Yes, and now the minimum is $40K. So like you're a professional athlete dedicating your life,
your job,
that
your
your
full-time-
whole life though
Yeah.
to playing this sport, and now this is your job. You have to move. Like there's some players I was seeing it. I forgot what I was reading this off of, but one of the she plays in the NWSL. She's not like a super well known player, and she gets paid like on the lower side. But if you get if you're switching teams and they tell you like, oh, you're getting transferred, like they have to pick up everything and move, but like they actually might not be able to afford to just drop everything and move. Like you got to sell your house. Can you buy another? Like
That's crazy.
they can't financially like do that.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
That
It's like
is
you play a
insane.
professional sport and you can't like, and then that might make it so women can't play, or like you lose out on talent because they can't afford to play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then like weakens the women's game.
There's a lot into that, honestly. You could talk about it for like hours.
I know.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into that,
There's a
especially
lot.
for the woman.
So basically, she's saying there's no pay gap. You're supposed to be.
No, I'm saying there's a pay gap.
Pay gap. And you approve of it, right?
Yeah.
There's a pay
I
gap.
think women
There's no
should.
pay
I
gap.
think they should get paid more. I think the minimum, like you should be able to live as a female professional athlete.
Big deal. Big deal. When I was playing professionally, you know how much money I was getting in Jamaica? 30,000 a month.
Bro, I'm talking a
That's a month.
30,000 a month.
Not American dollars.
Not American dollars. That's
Oh,
like
dude, get.
that's like $300. And
I'm
you know
talking
why?
about America.
$150.
Even worse.
That's $150.
Even worse.
You know why we're getting that? Because that is what we generate. So if the females
And I'm saying that you need to get more viewership and get more like they're doing. That
Right,
needs to
they're trying,
grow
yeah.
so that they can start making more money and live off of that.
Okay,
Is what
then-
I'm saying.
then it's no.
I'm
pay
not
gap
saying
then.
like, oh, just give them money right now.
Then it's no pay gap. Then
There is a what?
there is no pay gap because they're getting paid based on what they're
What they're
generating.
bringing in.
If you're not generating
I
that
also
much,
don't think that's true though.
they're even getting paid even more than the men.
We'd have to check the numbers here. But
Yeah.
I check the numbers all the time to speak with these guys. I'm a facts guy.
All right,
Trust
put that
me.
in the notes. Put that in the show notes. I want facts.
Yes.
Pay gap facts in the show notes.
Put that. Write it down for me.
Write it down. Highlight it.
What do you say you want?
Highlight it. Underline. What did I say I want? Did you already forget?
No, I did not.
Pay gap notes.
Pay gap notes.
Yeah, like I want you to cite your sources, MLA format, in the show
That's
notes.
homework for Pops. He's like, can you do it?
My videographer right there. He's gonna do everything. I'm gonna
Thank you.
make it into a short and I'm gonna
Okay.
post it for you.
Perfect.
And we're gonna have a poll. Yes,
That's fine.
we're gonna have a poll on Instagram and we're gonna see. All
We
right.
will see. And if I don't like the answers, I'm gonna rebuttal.
That's okay. Also, you said that you're at Arsenal, right? Teammate for
Yes.
Arsenal, Daddy.
And I
want
already
you to
know.
expose her right
I'm already
now, bro.
exposed. I'm exposing myself, dude.
It's not.
You don't want to expose her even more?
I
How do you expose someone that
She's not gonna
exposes
get any of the
themselves?
questions right. I can guarantee it.
No, but
Ask her
give me,
one,
give
let's
me
see.
one question.
One
Give me your
question.
easiest question, because I already know. How do you expose someone that exposed themselves already?
I want to see just one question. If she don't get this one, you're not even an Arsenal fan anymore. Just
Don't you dare.
come to City.
Don't you dare.
Come to City.
I don't feel like an Arsenal fan because I haven't watched a game since.
right.
the
Come to
fall.
City.
I like Man City though.
See.
I love Foden. I do love Foden.
So you love Foden and Trossard
And Saka, yeah.
and Saka.
Your computer's acting up. I don't know what it's doing.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah. It's
Can't ask the
just
questions.
press this.
Go ahead. You have a lot of pop-ups. Probably.
Gosh,
Like, what is this?
I don't know. It keeps on popping up.
It just pops up.
Tim, what was Tim cybersecurity? I wanted him to fix it. That's why I like Apple. Go.
The Apple doesn't get.
Actual one of these questions.
I don't even know.
Actually, the easiest question right here.
This one's too easy.
Go
Give me it.
ask it.
What
ask
what
it.
what is the current home ground of Arsenal? What's their stadium called?
I don't even know.
Really? Oh my god.
Yo!
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, hang on. Hold up, guys.
Let me calm down.
I need a second.
Let me calm
To
down.
process the question.
You know what we need
before
to
I
do?
open
We
my
need
mouth.
to. Can you make hats? Can you make hats? Yeah, grab a page from one of those books and make
Why?
a hat. So you're gonna wear it if you're exposed for the rest of the
Dude.
episode.
I hate it here.
Yeah, make a hat for her. If not, I'll
She
make it
wasn't
from
washing
you.
at the time.
Yeah, it has to be within the last 3
All right,
years.
you might be able to get. I don't even know if I know the
Come on,
answer to
Danny.
this.
We're gonna
Which
give it-
football player is the all-time top goal scorer for Arsenal? Robin van Persie, Ian Wright, or Thierry Henry?
Henri.
I think it is Henry.
Please
Yep,
be
it
that
is.
person.
Yeah, it is.
Ha!
No. Get the answers right here.
Dude, that's
It's
the answer.
Henri.
I know
Yeah.
for
Oh
a
my
fact.
God, no, it
I'm
is
2 for
Henri.
2 right now.
She is 2 for 2.
You
How
gotta
many-
wear the hat for every
This is
question.
important.
Wait. You have to wear the hat for every question I get correct.
Yeah,
He's wearing
that's
it.
a good hat. Let me see that hat right here.
That's
Pass
on you.
that.
That's on you.
That's a hat right here for me. Yeah. So the loser got to wear this hat.
Yeah.
This is the hat right
I'm
here.
winning 2-0 right now.
2 for 2. Come on, Danny. Come on, you can't let us lose this game.
How many questions are there?
There's a lot. I don't know which one to pick because it's like.
Pick something hard so we don't lose.
No, just go up in difficulty, like slowly.
Yeah.
Slow increase in difficulty.
Yeah, but these are hard.
Yeah, I think we should just end it on
Like
those
this
two.
is just like anyone could get. this.
Danny, come on.
All right,
You
which
got
two
the-
colors are on the home jersey of Arsenal kids?
What?
Which two colors are on the home jerseys of the Arsenal kids?
Red and white.
Yeah, see.
I'm done.
All right, I win.
You make me wear. You're gonna make me wear the hat.
Last year, Arsenal won the Premier League.
Huh?
I don't even know
It was
that.
the last
And
year
that-
Arsenal won the Premier League.
Ooh, was that in? Was it in the
Oh,
2000s?
Yeah, actually, I know that one.
2007, 2013. Yeah, lower. 2002,
Upper higher.
2004.
Yeah.
No, 6.
Was 6?
Oh,
I
I
thought
said
2000.
2007. I
Whatever,
was so
whatever the
close.
year the
Yes.
Invincibles was. It was
Same year
Flex.
Henry leave to Arsenal.
Flex.
Barca.
All right, it's 3-1.
That was the Invincible year.
It's 3-1.
Come on, Danny. Come on. Tie this.
That was a good question though. She got it.
I knew it was early 2000s.
No, that's
though.
3-1. That's 3-1. Ask her 2 more questions.
How many English titles does Arsenal have?
Oh, no, I'm never gonna guess
I
that.
don't even know that one.
Yes. Good. Good.
Do you know that one?
Actual 1 more, and then we're
No.
gonna have 1
13.
for the tiebreaker.
I know they're up there. I think-
13?
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's my favorite number too. I should have just
I
freaking.
thought 25 was your favorite number.
28 is my soccer.
I
number.
wonder if this is a big thing.
28. Sorry, I thought.
No,
that
I actually
was-
love.
Are you
my
an Arsenal
number.
fan?
Soccer number.
Oh.
But
Sounds like it.
I know.
Sounds
No,
like
these
it
are
is.
numbers. Numbers are hard.
West End, then you ask the Chelsea fans. I know all the answers.
That's the guy right now. I should have him get the questions for us. Danny, just ask her a hard question. Don't give her the chance to win.
I'm proud I got 3 correct. Honestly.
I don't know this one.
Just ask her, yes.
Which animal is the mascot of Arsenal? I don't know that one.
Oh,
Yes.
animal?
Yeah.
Yes, good job, Danny. Good job. So I don't know it either.
They have a mascot.
I,
Soccer has mascots.
yeah, I didn't know this. I could give you them. So you press up on, I can get it.
Yeah, give me. Let me guess.
Oh.
A unicorn, a phoenix, or a dinosaur?
A phoenix.
What's a dinosaur?
What?
Yes!
Isn't
Wait,
that
that's
Yes.
actually sick.
That's
Yeah, but
3
isn't
for
that
3.
random?
I'm even more of an Arsenal fan
3
now.
for 3. If you lose it, you're gonna be wearing this hat for the rest of the episode. It's not gonna be too long though. We have like 10 minutes left.
Which football club has the deepest and longest running rivalry with Arsenal? That you should know.
Man City.
No.
Oh, Liverpool.
Yes!
Liverpool.
Yes!
What?
It's gotta
Yes.
be Manchester United.
Yes!
No.
Or
No.
Chelsea.
No.
Gotta be
What?
a London club. It's
Who?
a London club, right? Fulham.
No.
West Ham.
Who?
Oh my God, no! You guys don't know it?
Can you give me a
It's
multiple
Tottenham.
choice?
Tottenham, Arsenal hate
Oh,
each other.
crap. I forgot Tottenham existed. Hold
Tottenham.
up. I
They
forgot,
hate each
I
other.
forgot
Yes.
Tottenham existed.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I hate Tottenham.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Arsenal and Tottenham
I do not
despise
because
each
Harry
other.
Kane I
Morgan,
despised. I do not like Tottenham.
you are exposed, and I needed to wear this hat. Put on your hat
For the remaining time
for
in the
the
episode.
rest of the
No,
episode.
not the rest of the
Look,
episode.
look right into that camera for me and say to that camera that you are exposed. And say, I am Morgan, and I have been exposed. Go ahead.
I am the Morgan,
Mm-hmm.
and
Better.
I've been exposed.
Boom, let's go. All right, so we just have another fun thing for you.
Fun.
Yeah.
Another fun thing. This is fun.
Morgan, wear your hat.
Not the whole time, dude.
Yes, you have been exposed. That's what happened when you are exposed. Wear your hat.
What's the last thing you did? Oh, personal questions?
Yeah,
Okay.
personal
I just
question.
might
Yeah.
not answer the rest of the questions with this hat on.
So this is something fun, and this is just to
Get to know
getting
Morgan.
know you more. All right, so it's called faves.
Faves.
Yes,
I like that.
faves. This is our faves moment.
Okay.
So for the Morgan, what is your favorite food?
Steak.
Medium rare.
I was just about to ask
Medium
that.
rare.
Yes.
I had a phenomenal steak last night, actually.
Where?
In Stanford.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. Very good.
You know, I can cook
Leftovers this
steaks.
morning. Really?
I can cook. I can cook anything. I'm a chef.
Yeah, but not medium rare
I think
type.
I had a ribeye.
Mm.
Bone-in ribeye.
Oh yeah.
Pretty bomb.
I don't like steaks. Anyways, what's your favorite movie?
Oh, The Great Gatsby.
Yeah?
I
You know
actually
what
just
The
watched
the old version?
No,
The newer one with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yes.
I haven't
I
seen
love
it.
The Great Gatsby, though. I've seen that so many times.
I
I've
remember
read
it.
it so many
I
times.
remember in high school.
I just watched it the other day.
Who's your favorite actor?
Actor?
Leonardo?
No.
No?
I see. I don't really pay attention to like actors or actresses.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. I love
He's
Jim Carrey.
hilarious.
Freaking love Jim Carrey.
Dumb and Dumber.
Love. Oh, have you seen Liar Liar?
No, I haven't.
So
I should watch
good.
that tonight.
Liar Liar is phenomenal.
Liar.
Liar Liar.
Okay, and now, so this is a woman's episode. Who's your favorite actress?
Ooh, favorite actress?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if do I have a favorite actress?
Come on, you gotta
I
represent.
don't watch a ton of movies, though.
You
Is
gotta
the thing.
represent your ladies.
What's crazy? I went years without watching a single movie.
I can't do that.
Like
love
I,
movies.
I just started watching movies again. I'm trying to think.
I don't even watch movies.
I'm trying to think. Actress.
Who's your favorite actress, Danny?
Yeah, give me something to.
I like Sandra Bullock a lot.
Oh, interesting.
Wow,
I know my actors and actors. I love movies.
that's pretty
But
nice.
even like I only really like
I mean,
Jim
the-
Carrey because he's funny as hell.
Did you watch the new Barbie movie?
Oh
I did.
my god,
Margaret Robbie's like one of my favorite actresses now too. Well, that's because she's also super hot.
Yeah.
But
I could, for the record, and for all. The
wait, did you
respect-
watch? We watched. Oh, never mind.
No,
No, no.
I know he's gonna hate that movie.
No, he never watched it.
Yeah, I know.
With all due respect, I just could not.
I remember I invited him to come
I
watch it with me and the
could
kids, and he
not-
didn't want to come.
I could not watch that movie at all. Then he watched the She-Hulk.
That's a
I
great
could
show.
not watch that.
It's not a great show. It's an okay show.
I don't think I have a favorite actress, honestly.
Okay. You're not represent the feminine world properly, anyways.
I guess.
So, who's your favorite song artist?
Ooh, probably Kanye West.
Really?
I love Kanye West.
Wow. Who's yours, Danny?
Artist.
Yeah, song
Song or artist?
Artist.
artist.
Probably Lil Wayne.
Song artist.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne. Wow.
Wow,
Song artist. That's a woman.
that's a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I don't know. Why am I drawing a blank on?
Yo, I can't believe she's.
What's your-
Taylor Swift.
Who,
No,
me?
I'm not a big Taylor Swift fan. Yeah,
My
yeah.
favorite?
Probably
I'm a
Taylor
Christian. I'm a Christian. I only listen to
Shut up.
gospel.
You like Taylor Swift?
I like Taylor
You're
Swift.
Swiftie?
No, I'm not.
I could listen to her music. I'm not a Swiftie.
I used to like her.
I do really like. Is it Haley Williams? Paramore. I like Avril Lavigne actually.
She's still around.
I only listen to.
She still makes music. I know her old songs.
No, I really like Avril Lavigne, but I loved Britney Spears back in the day, like early 2000s. I loved Destiny's Child, like all of them, like TLC.
Oh,
Really loved all three of them.
I don't know none of those songs. Anyways, what's your favorite song?
No, not this. They're not song. Okay. What?
It's
Favorite
Pops.
song.
He's saying favorite song artist. It's favorite artist.
Now favorite song.
artist is not a thing.
That's what I'm saying. What's our favorite song now?
that's-
I don't know if I have a specific favorite song, but I really like "Dreams" by Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac. You know that song?
No.
I have no idea.
Wow.
But that's crazy. Our favorite artist is Kanye West, and then our
Not too
favorite
crazy.
Because
Kanye
I
was of our
love
generation.
so many of his songs.
There's so many hits.
Right.
He had a lot
Like,
of good songs. When he was in
love
his
so
prime.
many of his songs,
Yeah.
but like one that I like always go back to is
Dreams by who?
Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac.
What's your favorite Kanye song?
Ooh.
She has a lot of good ones.
Ooh, I can never. I always ask myself this. There's like 5 and I can never remember any of their titles. It's really bad. No, it's really bad because how are you a fan and then you don't
Don't
remember
remember
titles?
that, yeah.
But so I have something in my brain that's really interesting, where I don't remember song titles or artists. I can't retain the information for some reason. Like if I'm like, oh, I really like that song, I want to know the title for later. I won't remember it. The fact that I remember Dreams, the only reason why I remember that is because I applied for this leadership program at school, and they asked what your most like impactful song was. I had to look it up in my Spotify because I knew it was by Fleetwood Mac and try to find it in my Spotify, and now it's just Dreams is stuck in my head. But anything, if you're like, oh, what's your favorite song by so-and-so, I literally don't, my brain goes blank. Doesn't make sense. Same with like movies, like actors, like things like of that nature, like celebrities, like I don't know.
Wow.
There's
That's
something.
interesting.
There's
That's
something wrong.
interesting. She's learning about the brain.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe I'll freaking learn about that.
Right. You're learning about the brain. You have time.
Yeah, I'll learn about that specific
All right,
thing.
beautiful. I think that is the conclusion. Now, wait, I have one more thing. I'm gonna ask you, right? Advice that you would give to younger kids, especially younger women or younger ladies that have similar dreams and aspiration as yourself. Now, before you answer, I've seen that you have given advice on Instagram.
I was gonna say I feel like I just did
You
this.
want to read
Can
this
I read
first?
it? Can I read
I follow her. I know. I
Read it. Read it for us loud.
Why do I gotta read it? You're the host.
Slow?
I don't feel like reading it.
Read
You
it for it.
You read it.
This is
I
this
can
is
Your
English.
question.
Guys, I can read it.
I want to hear your English.
My English is pretty bad.
I know.
But she go ahead and she says, my advice to younger female athlete would be to not compare yourselves. Your journey is so unique and you must trust it. You are capable of achieving whatever it is that you want. Just make sure you're patient and work towards what you want a little bit every day. Play the long game. Make sure you're doing it for yourself and understand that your only limits are the ones you place upon yourself. That is beautiful.
Damn, that was kind of good.
Yeah.
Slay!
Who wrote that?
Slay!
did that?
No. We don't want you to give that advice. That was very beautiful, but
That is my advice.
no,
though.
give something else. Right off the dome. We want you to think of something else right now.
That pretty much encompasses everything that we kind of like talked about this
Literally.
entire podcast.
Yeah, that was very beautiful.
That was so good.
That's from ChatGPT.
No, I wrote that.
Yeah,
How long did it
I
take
love
you?
writing.
Oh, so what you do?
I love writing.
Okay.
Really.
Love writing.
I need to hire her.
Like people ask me like, "I'm gonna use ChatGPT, like it's cool." I'm like, no, because I legitimately like the process of writing, like research
Wow.
papers. Like, I like writing. Even like my Instagram posts, I get deep in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you do.
that's pretty good. And
When
then
I'm
she
writing. I
goes
love
again and
writing.
say 13, whatever. Yo, it's so good. Yo, check out our page on the on Instagram. What's your name on Instagram? That's your first and last name?
No,
It's
it's-
at Coach Morgan Fontaine.
Coach Morgan Fontaine.
I might have to change it to at the Morgan.
At the Morgan for my
I highly
Smite
think you
lovers.
should.
I might
Yeah,
have to.
that's a
That's-
boss
I'm
name.
not just a coach anymore.
Yeah, you're the Morgan.
You're the Morgan, right? Let me show. I'm gonna have to
feel
show
like-
you a picture of the Morgan.
I feel like I've evolved in this podcast episode.
Wow. Yeah.
Copyright first.
Right?
funny.
Yo, the Morgan. But
funny.
that's it. That's the conclusion of our podcast. Again, this is the I Have a Dream podcast, and we're here with Daniel Gomez and the Morgan.
I don't like it. The cool name. It's just Daniel Gomez.
No, it's just the DG.
You
But
gotta do something cool.
again,
Yeah.
it's a pleasure to have you here, the Morgan. You're my first female guest. What do you have to say to everybody else about this podcast? Go ahead.
About this podcast?
Yeah. Only good reviews only.
Yeah, only good reviews, but specifically only good reviews about me in this specific podcast, not any of the other ones. And you guys should definitely have more females on
I think we got a
the
couple
pod.
lined up.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think season
Yeah.
2 is going to be more open to just like more.
I'm trying to think of like who I could get on here now,
Yeah.
like females.
Oh, yeah.
Probably text you later about that too. You can,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. And that is it. And that is time. So far, that's all. Once again, I have to give a big shout out to my sponsors. It's KO Elite Football Club. We have Davis Media, Nick Media, and Kadon's World. He's the one that's doing all the beautiful video editing. And last, but certainly not least, Oil Labs, for your best fragrances known to mankind. And we're now going into clothing, and we're going to give the Morgan one of these beautiful products. So
You're
until
lying.
then, I'm going to give you one. So until then, keep watching and stay dreamy. Boom. We're out. Drop the mic.
Slay. Slay.
Slay.